Beerus, my lord, is there something you wish to say?
Here it comes.
What do you do when things in the culture need to be addressed? Where do you go to address these things? We are black culture. We are nerd culture. So we will speak on the state of the culture.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy King Kurt live, and it is a special edition of Head Nerds in Charge, something that we do from time to time when something impacts the culture so greatly that y'all, while out on the internet, y'all go completely apeshit, and the issue turns into something that could be something as simplistic as a discussion, but it usually escalates to a point where it hits our desk, and we try to use these platforms and forums to bring together respected people and personalities from the culture that represent the argument at hand. For those that are just now tuning in, today we are discussing AI art. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I did put my little $4 in there and get my 50 pictures. And then I liked them so much, I spent another $20 to get the premium package like 5 times. So I got like 1,000 pictures in my phone right now of AI art. Now, this is before, I got cussed out 2 ways from Sunday by all my art friends. Like, damn, Kurt, you can't.
As you should.
I'm just saying, I ain't know no better. I didn't know the argument.
That's $24 you could have given any one of us to just draw you.
Stop that! You wasn't gonna give me 1,000.
That $24.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Mr. Petty.
There was 5 guys right there. That was half a burger.
Yeah, now,
the junior burger, though. You can get the full one. You gotta get the junior.
I was about to say, if it was an argument for some 5 guys and you had a burger joint, then I could understand. But if you wasn't gonna give me 1,000 pictures in half an hour for $27 with my fingers all fucked up, I don't know what to tell you. Now, you see what I mean? We already starting on our bullshit. First, I want to get to our esteemed panelists. These people took time out of their day on a Thursday to come and talk about this particular subject. I've actually commissioned art from this brother here, and not only do I respect him greatly as an artist, if you go follow him on Instagram, because he turns his art into videos and hilarious clips. My man, Who Man, please introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Who Man. You can call me Devin, Who Man, Ivor. Out here in PA, just doing my thing. Local artist, do cartoons, animations, all that. Yeah, here to have a chat about AI art.
See, because now don't get it twisted. HNIC, we really support a lot of different artists. We have commissioned a lot of art, and we only use POC artists because of how hard it is for them to not only support their craft, just because a lot of people undervalue good art. Next up, another form of art. You've seen this brother's photography literally everywhere. But sometimes you don't know the face behind the picture. So my man Harry, talk to him one time for one time.
Yeah, it's funny because tonight I'm putting on the photography hat, because as you see, I'm listed as Bishop Cosplay. So you guys, if you know me, I do a little bit of both with help from my wife. Now, my wife is a true artist. She's been drawing for over 30 years. She works for the government as an artist. She builds our cosplays. So I want to make that transparent right now. She's the one that builds. But my skill is that of a photographer, and part of the reason why I got into the photography game is because I got tired of going to cons, and every time they were over, when pictures came out, all you saw was the skinny white girls. So I wanted to make sure that we were captured as well. And then when this whole AI art thing came up, I'll get into it a little bit later on. It seemed like it was okay until we started seeing what people were doing with it and misusing it. So yeah, I got a lot to say on it, but I'm gonna hold my tongue right now until it's time.
Listen, what people will do with AI art. I have a running saying that niggas gonna nig. And
crack too.
Yeah.
Look. Listen, all I'm saying is, if there's a way to turn $1 on it, my folks gonna find a way. And
man, I can see the fuckery already.
Oh, bro,
We
gonna get into that because
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta hate. You can't always hate the players. Sometimes you just gotta hate the game. But we'll talk about it. This sister here has been making waves in the anime world, and people are either gonna love her or hate her for her thoughts and views on all things Dragon Ball Z. Black Boma, please, by all means, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Black Boma. I do have controversial takes, but I'm best known for being a Dragon Ball, I guess, influencer. I mean,
out here.
Yeah, I'm out here. I've been, I'll just say I'm very controversial with my takes, but I love all things anime, and I do have a couple takes when it comes to the AI art. And because again, I'm not a artist, but I am a digital editor. So I do my own editing on all of my posts, my content. I edit videos. So I do just have a take on it. So, but thanks for having me.
Listen, I love it because she's being very modest about her controversial takes. She is the Charlemagne the God of this anime world. Like, niggas be big mad. Like, we gonna have to get her security at some point. As always, representing all facets of artistry, one of the big things that people have been talking about with this AI art is the use of someone's image, body, and composition and pumping it into other AI art. So I called up my model peoples and I said, hey, she's been out in these streets, been modeling for a long time. And she's also has a show on the Head Nerds in Charge network. So of course, so I don't have to pay nobody, I tapped into the home base. Siren by Night, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your queen of extra and diva of debauchery. I'm not an artist in the sense of someone like Human, but I do boudoir modeling. So I just got free photo shoots.
So wait a minute, you mean all them AI generated titty pics with no nipples? That was you? That was nobody.
Those were not my titties. Those were not my nipples. Okay,
I'm just asking.
Nice as they were.
I heard that they were stealing titties.
They were stealing titties, and I'm currently in Facebook jail because of said stolen titties. So it doesn't matter.
Strikes again.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't spend too much money. How much? No. To be honest, because I know I was bad. Keep it real. How much you spend on them AI pics?
You really have 1,000 pics? I have 800.
That you're a bull-faced goddamn lie. You gonna wait till we get on live to lie? You did not spend less than me. It is not.
I did. I did. You're a tad bit more vain than me. Just a tad bit.
All right. So Siren by Night will no longer be on the show tonight.
I can't wait till I start.
I'm not doing this with you today. As always, my man 50 grand holding it down for the Blurs and Whiskey. They say he's petty, but I like to think of him as Mr. Petty. Put a little extra sauce on it. Go ahead on, talk to him, Cam.
Okay. It's your boy, Mr. Petty from Blurs and Whiskey. I'm also like an artist, content creator, graphic designer, videographer. Pretty much anything I want to do, I just try to do it, and I'm just okay enough in everything that I can get away with just being nice about it. And I would like to say that AI art doesn't care about Black people.
Hi, come on, Kanye. Don't start your. I gotta be Mike Myers and be like, okay, we're gonna kick it over to don't start your shit. All right, y'all. And of course, absolutely last but not least, we have Blue Oni Mass. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm an artist. I've been drawing for literally since I was 7. I have a degree in fine arts. I'm also a cosplayer. Weeaboo Trap Queen is where you can find me. I got some strong takes about the AI art, but I'm gonna just keep quiet for right now. We're gonna get there. You're gonna hear me. I'm gonna show you Sagittarius energy.
Oh no. Oh, I like look, and it's y'all season 2.
Right.
Oh, she fit to be a bag. All right, so how do I feel like the best way to kind of start this discussion is to get some accurate information as to what AI art exactly is. I did go and pull up quick video. It's only like 2.5 minutes long, but I felt like this kind of gives people a basis to understand what's going on with this AI art, and then we can have a discussion. So I'm gonna play this video real quick, and then we could talk to our panelists.
Made it incredibly easy to create original works of digital art. Programs like OpenAI's DALL-E 2 and Stability AI's Dream Studio let you type in almost any phrase to get a computer-generated image. And while this can be a useful and even fun tool, some worry about the potential drawbacks or even dangers. Our senior personal tech columnist, Joanna Stern, has tried out both programs, and she's been looking into what they could mean for artists and anyone coming across those images online. And she joins me now. Hi, Joanna. Thank you so much for being here.
Anytime.
Joanna, you tried out 2 of these AI art generators. How did those images turn out?
It really depends. I will tell you that you will always get something back that's a little bit entertaining and probably humorous. And sometimes you'll get back stuff that you just can't believe was made by artificial intelligence and not a human. I'll talk about a couple examples that I used in the column. One was a technology columnist who was trying to write a column. Those were the words I put into DALL-E. And what I got back was a picture of a man. His face was a little bit deformed, and he's writing with a pen on a keyboard. And he's also wearing a very ugly purple tie. Another one I tried was a female technology columnist in a spacesuit typing on a laptop in outer space. And what I got back was a very cool image of outer space, sort of glowing stars, blue background behind this person, and then the person in an astronaut suit typing on a laptop. And that image is very cool. I would probably make it my phone background.
Yeah, that image does sound really neat, but how exactly does this technology work, and where do they get the images?
So it's very complicated technology, and I spoke to many experts to just try to make this as simple as possible for myself and for my readers and my viewers. And what I was really taught, and what I think is the best comparison, is that the artificial intelligence, which is living on the servers of these companies, is being shown flashcards. The artificial intelligence is learning by looking at millions and millions of flashcards. And what's on those flashcards? Well, it's images and then it's labels. So it's a picture of something, and let's say a monkey, and it looks at thousands of pictures of monkeys that are labeled monkey. And so the AI starts to learn that is what a monkey is. And then it looks at some pictures of podcasting, right? Maybe that's a microphone or people talking into microphones. And then through all of this deep learning and all of this technology, when you put in the phrase, a monkey recording a podcast, the artificial intelligence starts to build that image pixel by pixel. And it's not putting together images it's already looked at. It's building that image from scratch.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there because when they start talking about monkey podcasters, I start getting offended. Listen, my man, artistic artwork. Go ahead on, introduce yourself real quick. I see you slid back in the back door. You ain't hiding from me. Go ahead on, introduce yourself to the people.
Oh, my bad, man. My internet.
But he's got the AI internet.
I'm Brandon. Everybody go by. I go by artistic art. So I do a lot of art, graphics, fashion, photography. But mainly doing like digital art right now. So I ain't doing too much, but I'm trying to put a little stuff out there.
Listen, you being too modest for me. Listen, I follow Brandon. If y'all not following this good brother, when I tell you he takes my childhood and sends it through the trap, and then when it come back, it looked like something I recognize only as adults. I love it. He's done different Rugrats. I mean, he's done everything in my childhood. You get a chance. I don't even want to tell y'all. You got to go look at his artwork. Super, super, super talented, good brother. All right, so we just got this kind of brief synopsis of what AI art does. I think, if you got half a brain, you get it. They feed it a whole bunch of images, and then the computer learns, and then Skynet gets activated, and then we all die. That's essentially what I got from all of this. So
pretty much.
I'm not going to say who's pro or con. What I would like to get is each person's individual opinion in less than 60 seconds. I just want to get the synopsis of how do you feel about AI art, learning artwork. We're not going to talk about yet where it gets the artwork, where it pulls from, copyright. We're not going to get into that yet. I just want to know specifically, how do you feel about computers essentially becoming a part of that creative space that they're making art? So I'm gonna start with Human. Human, how you feel about that?
All right. Well, first I feel unfortunately, it's inevitable. Can't do nothing about it. It's inevitable. And the world's gonna burn, but I'm hoping that after it burns, there's something that comes from it. Something good that can come from it. Rise from the ashes for us artists. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. All right. So as an artist, you can kind of see the inevitability of it, but does it make you concerned about the space as a whole? Like as a creative, are you worried about being out of a job now because of AI art?
Not exactly, because I think people are still gonna need. They're gonna need people. Like the computer's not gonna be able to do it all. I think it'll create more shortcuts for people who are digital artists. Like you can, like, if you're super skilled in Photoshop or anything, you can add that to your skill set, and you just become a monster. It's gonna be super shortcuts. Does that fuck up the craft a little bit? Yes, very much. But we've done this already. We've done this centuries. People who were complaining when we do digital. I do all my artwork on a tablet.
Right.
I do all my artwork on a tablet.
I'm gonna take that caveat, that point. I'm very proficient at Photoshop, and I'm very proficient at everything but drawing. Right? I can't draw for shit. But one thing that I loved and please don't come for me. What I loved about the AI art is it made me very, very, very efficient with putting together Photoshop and graphic design projects quickly. Like I'm gonna show y'all. This is AI art that I took and photoshopped into an ebony cover for a model. Listen,
That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Listen, for me, the graphic designer, I was like, holy shit! You know how long it would have took me to get somebody to commission a likeness of her and then get it back and edit it into. Now, mind you, I didn't sell it. This was just a hookup for a friend. Don't look, y'all.
You didn't sell it, but somebody.
So you stole
my
art.
people biting their lip already. Like,
Somebody out there.
Here's
So you stole stolen art. I got you.
All right, but mind you, one thing that I'm big on is if it hurts my people in the culture, even if it's easier for me. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to walk the extra block to go to the black restaurant other than going to the chain food just because you keep your money in the culture. But we'll get to that. Harry, talk to me as a photographer. Help me, Nick, help me as a photographer. How you feel about this AI art?
Both of you just said two salient points that people need to understand. Okay, AI art in and of itself, can it be considered art? In my opinion, I don't think so. But the thing that you really need is that human interaction. Because pay attention to what they said on the Wall Street Journal interview, which is the thing I've been spouting the whole time. Anybody could do it. Anybody, any person watching, any person walking along the street, even if I was to like set the whole prompt up and send you in front of it and tell you, just put some words in it, it's gonna spit out something. And that's where this whole rabbit hole begins, because you're not picking up a pencil, you're not picking up a pen, you sure as hell ain't picking up one of these. And you're just letting a machine dictate just based on a couple of words what, an idea of what you want. Because notice what she said. She wanted an astronaut that wanted to look one way. She got something else. She said, okay, it was cool enough for me to put it on my phone.
Right.
But at the end of the
fingers
day,
were still fucked up. Them fingers, they had mittens
right.
and shit. I ain't like.
Right. At the end of the day, the user, because again, you said you don't know how to draw. I don't know how to draw. And I played around with the tool. I felt emptier for using it because guess what? I had no interaction. These hands just merely put some words in.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, Harry, just a quick additional question. You afraid that this is going to come into the photography world? Because if it's coming for the artists, how soon before it comes for the photographers?
It already has.
It already has.
I'm gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to that. But one more thing I want to add on. Now, the thing that you did with the ebony cover, that's almost an example how it's going to come into our world. But what you did, like I said, now it's good. Like if I need a concept, like what you just did, okay, I need to do up a
like
concept
a model
for somebody, right? To give her an idea of what I want to do because I don't have any other pictures to reference. That's fine. Like I said, I get it for that.
Right.
I get it for that. Like I need an idea. I need a storyboard, something. I get it for that. But it's the monetization part. And like I said, I know we're coming to it, so I'm going to step off at that point.
Now, I've been waiting for this sister to go ahead on and get and really dig into this. Blue Oni Mask. I follow a lot of the conversations that you had online. No. Because the sister made great points. I was watching. Whether y'all know it or not, I was looking. And I wanted to see what was being said in these streets. So how do you feel about AI art and knowing that Skynet is on your ass?
Honestly, it could have been something so good. Like we could all had a fun time, and then people started going crazy with it. And I saw like so many Black people like go for it and get crazy with it. And I'm not gonna try to get too into it, but some of like their excuses, and I'm like, you could have just asked the Black artist to do that or like commission a Black artist. Because I'm like, to me, in a way, it's kind of taking away opportunities for Black artists when we're already undershadowed.
Real quick, I just want to hear some of the. somebody made a meme of the AI art defender bingo. Like this is the quintessential arguments people have brought up. I'm using the reference just like a human. Work harder, not smarter. Automation is coming for us all. Please ignore the garbled watermark. Get a real job. That's what y'all was telling artists. Get a real job, though.
God damn.
Get a real
And I'm
job.
like, okay,
I didn't hear that
they gonna
since
say that.
9/11.
Yo,
I'm gonna keep that in mind when they come to the pharmacy to pick up their meds.
you know what? and I can't wait to get the black. But before I do, something that on that bingo board that I actually said I'm not going to act like I'm innocent of this, because even within my team we had a heated. I have an artist on staff, and her commissions are we pay her fair value for the amazing work that she does. If you see a logo from the HNIC and this, that, and the third, either I or her have put it together. She's amazing. Shout out to Gadgets and Geekery, my girl Quincy. She's an amazing fucking artist. And me and her, she looked at me, she said, Kurt, you cheap motherfucker, don't you do don't you do it. But we had a debate about copyright, and I said, can you really copyright a style? Like, is a style copyrightable? And we had a back and forth, and it ended up being a very interesting discussion. Sometimes the laws do not catch up to what is currently going on, but trust and believe me, artists are coming together to define copyright law. And the same way that they add that music on Facebook, like you can't post music without giving people credit.
Post nothing on Instagram.
Thanks to AI art, you're gonna start seeing a lot of the same things with a lot of this art. All right, Black Boomer, lay it on me. How do you feel about this AI art?
So, as I said previously, I am a digital editor. A lot of my content involves me doing a lot of kind of like what Kurt does, like Photoshop, photo editing apps. I need on the spot art. I cannot wait. I'm very impatient. And I'm also very cheap. So
at least the sister honest. Shit.
I have gotten a lot of I have gotten a lot of scrutiny, which I really don't care about. I get a lot of hate every single day. It really doesn't bother me. But I absolutely are 100% for AI art. I have no issue with it. It's helped me make a animated picture for myself, for my brand, something I have asked artists to do, and they have overcharged me, which I'm not going to pay for. If I can pay $3.99 for a picture that I can edit to look like my brand, I absolutely will. But let me say that I have supported many artists with my Black Boomer brand. I have given them revenue, followers. I have many artists under my kind of list that I can name who I have given money to, commission for art, and also actually put them on my own content. But
Did you just hit us with the I got black friends?
Pretty much. But I say that because I feel like a lot of these, and now I'm not talking about artists specifically, I'm talking about the people who want to be fake woke activists for artists, but they don't even support artists themselves. And I said that a lot. So many people came into my AI comments talking about how I'm taking money out of artists' pocket, but you aren't putting any in them, which I have. So that's the reason why I say I am for AI art, and I'm also for supporting artists themselves. So,
ooh, child, I almost need an umbrella for that shade. God damn. But you ain't lying. And the sister ain't lying, because I've seen a lot of y'all be real indignant online. And when I ask my artist friends, well, hey, the people who support you, are they the vocal ones? A lot of y'all that's the loudest ain't never bought a commission. Y'all don't even want to buy a $10 print, keeping it a buck. So
I go down there. I went, every single person who went in my comment sections getting mad. I went through their entire face. It took almost 20 minutes, went through all day. It's all about just random horny posts. I don't see no art. I don't see no digital artists. I don't see no support. I don't see no list of artists that they put on. It just feel like because AI art is trending right now, you want to be fake woke about being agitated about artists not getting paid, but you not even putting money in their pocket. So
I'm gonna just warn y'all right now. people who are born of the petty, we will take the ample time to research your life.
We will.
So to make sure your life
Every time.
is congruent with the argument that you want to have.
Gotta get those receipts.
Listen.
Yes, screenshots.
Listen. So going
Dirty
to
delete
petty.
the temporary, but screenshots are forever.
Mr. Petty, talk to me, man, because this is getting a little interesting. How do you feel about this?
So I'm from two worlds. I'm both from tech and from art. So from like my man Human said, it's inevitable. And if it's a tool to be used, I'm all for it. But if it's just a way for people to like go to the artist alley and just print out stuff and like, you know, like a couple of 8x10s, and I can't get a table, but someone who just print out a bunch of AI artwork got a table at Otakon, and they're selling artwork that's not even really theirs. Like that's kind of where I draw a line at the AI art thing. But
that table
also
better be
back off of Black Bulma, I've also supported a lot of my artist friends. I'm an artist, so I know what it's like. So I supported other artist friends, commission, tattoos, video, music. I supported anyone who has done something. They're like, oh, let me hook you up. Like, nah, I don't pay full price. I've done that for people because it's a more respect thing. And I've seen a lot of people, up in arms in the soapbox trying to defend artists, never bought a piece of artwork in their life, never supported them. I'm like, oh, okay, well, so-and-so, nah, it's too expensive. Like, oh, now it's too expensive. So yeah, if y'all want to go ahead and pay like $20 for like fucked up hands and Forrest Whitaker eyes, go for it. That's what I'm doing.
Leave Forrest alone.
Hey man, Wakanda fixed his eye. That's all I'm saying.
No, all right. So I want to touch on, before I get to my bottom row of panelists, I want to touch on something Mr. Petty said. I actually got 52 faked out. Before I knew what AI art was, I saw this dope ass art online, and I just knew. I said, "Ooh, this dude is talented. He out here making Dragon Ball Z, nigga."
That shit was fire.
Listen, when I say this went viral, it didn't just go. It went viral. Like me and
it was making.
I reached out to the artist. I actually reached out to the artist, and we built a really dope rapport. I didn't know what AI art was. I just thought he was like, oh, okay, so you just like a digital artist. Like, I didn't know all he did was type some words into the John and get that picture. And I'm sorry, when I say the brother's smart, and he's a Hispanic brother, but he was smart enough to know that making very popular characters, African American, would set his page on fire. And listen,
wait, so that's AI?
Yep.
Shut the front door.
He's like,
I follow him on Instagram, and a lot of his art is AI. I follow him as well.
All of his art is all AI art.
But he does say in his bio that he's not an artist. He does say that. Yeah.
He says this is a page dedicated to AI art. But then you get into these kind of things where they start making.
Oh, I saw that.
Listen, we are in these internet streets thinking this is art when this is AI.
I knew that one.
That is crazy.
But think about it.
I knew that one was.
People out there are that transparent.
I didn't even know.
Bro, that is fucking
Harry,
fire, bro.
Before you even get started, even I got hustled. Listen, I made the mistake of thinking this was. Look, the ball did a whole backstory and everything. I copied the backstory and posted it on our pages. And don't you know, he came into my DMs to say, could you please credit me? And I was like, credit you? Like, these are stills, ain't they? He was like, oh, no, I generated those. Motherfucker, wait a minute. Hold on, nigga. These are generated AI. I had to put a whole disclaimer. Now, mind you, this is what scares me about AI art, because now it starts to blend in. We don't know what's real, fabricated, or what's actually coming from a digital artist. With that being said, the fact that digital art can replicate, because y'all know in the 1980s, that claymation bullshit, it looked like some, I'm just saying, I ain't say I know everything, but it looked like some 1980s shit. So I fucked up.
It's like the Star Wars when they did. So when they did like
they got a G.I. Joe one out there that looks just, listen, it's getting scary out here. With that being said, Siren as a model, getting a photo shoot, setting it up, getting pictures you like, you posted your AI art like 11 times.
I know you're not talking.
I'm just
I
saying
know
you
you.
don't. This is not about
Podcast-
me. This is not
podcast.
about me. This is not about me. This sounds real
Today,
personal.
today,
I'm just saying this is not the time to do this. We on the show, goddammit.
Mhm.
You posted a lot of your AI art.
I did.
Out of all the AI art, how much of it did you like, and did you find that it was of value, or did you have a conflict of morality when you found out what the logistics was behind it?
So I did like a lot of it. I had to get the premium package, and the funny
Shit, they about to arrest us for the AI art. God damn it.
There goes Connie.
Listen, somebody coming. No, I'm joking. Come on. Go ahead.
But I mean, the funny thing is, besides doing the boudoir modeling, I am a content creator. So of course, people constantly want content, and sometimes you are amused. And I do have a photographer that uses me, and I'm lucky in that regard. But then when you pay for shoots, that gets very expensive as well. And I do like to cosplay. I'm not on anyone else's level, but that's expensive and timely as well too. So I got a number of very realistic photographs that I can use as content. However, I'm also keeping in mind that things escalate, right? So right now people are doing things for fun, but eventually they're going to find a way that we no longer have to pay a model. We could just use AI. You know what I mean? The photographer doesn't have to have any natural skill, know where the light is. You just use AI. And I also have a little artist in my house that's 10 years old that is amazing already at his age. And I'm thinking about him as well, because I want him to get into NFTs and things of that nature. And I don't feel as if someone should be giving their money to AI when they could give it to my little artist that is amazing at his age. That's a natural skill. There is no replacement for natural skill and natural ability and creativity. So you take away the soul of the art. Art is soul, and you're taking that away from it by using digital means. In my opinion, that's my opinion.
I'm not. I had to sneeze.
That's my opinion, but I'm not like as much of a hard line where I am looking down on anyone that's using it, but I do want them to actually be open about the fact that it is AI. It's not them creating it from their mind on their own. They're not picking up their.
It's like auto tune. It's not really you singing. Tell me that it's auto tune.
Exactly. I'm not going to respect. I'm not going to respect the people that's using auto tune versus someone that's singing live.
But wait a minute, hold on. To Harry's point, let's not get it fucked up. Everybody hated on Milli Vanilli. Now people making millions of dollars off of TikTok for doing the same shit Milli Vanilli did. So technology, y'all listen. All I'm saying is somebody can make money off this shit. To that point,
they already have.
What? Hey, hold on. Milli Vanilli made a career off of acting like they were singing, but they presented themselves like they were actually singing. On TikTok, they lip syncing, so it's not the same.
No, Mr. Petty.
Touche.
No. I did a lip sync song so good. All I got to say is my DMs. I'm booked up until 2023. So I'm just saying, baby, that was really me singing. Just
I'm just saying, you ain't on HNIC talking about like I'm the crooner of HNIC.
You're right. But what I'm saying is, people gonna hustle regardless. Now, something people need to be aware of for the LENSA app and many of these programs. We don't read no terms and conditions. We never have. That's not what Black people do. We don't even want our receipts when we buy shit. Read the terms and conditions, because though you upload your pictures, they can't take your pictures. But what they can do is take the cartoon generated image that they give back to you and sell it to other companies. So you might see your LENSA generated image on some Pornhub one day.
You finna be in Hobby Lobby like the stolen artifacts.
Some people need to know that there are hot, horny singles out there, or
You know
milf,
what?
or in my case, a gilf,
Hungry
or whatever.
milfs.
So can I do an OnlyFans with my
gilf.
AI art? Because
That would listen. You'd be surprised. All right,
See,
Brandon.
it's all funny until
It's all fun and games until you end up.
until like somebody makes an entire profile on OnlyFans and just rakes in.
Yep, and
you
just
just all they did was take a face pic.
Yep.
Or you got Nev knocking on your door talking about welcome to Catfish.
Well, I say someone already hacked my own Facebook. I mean, like 2,000.
Not the Catfish episode.
Because there's this one time I think where I think somebody created like an AI. You know how on Twitch you have those V bloggers, or the ones that get
VTubers.
There was one person I remember doing that for OnlyFans, and the entire community got pissed. So I can't imagine what it's like when everyone could just go to an app, type something in, create an entire OnlyFans account.
Because what are we gonna do when I could put in Black Boomer bucket naked?
I was going to say something that Blue said, because like I'm not going to hold you. I see a lot of people AI art that look better than what they look like, and they put it as a PFP, so it is kind of
yeah.
What you mean? I got hazel green eyes.
It look real different. I ain't finna hold you.
You look like you were straight from Mulan in one of some of them pictures. Like you a Black Genghis Khan or something. Like, nah, they ain't happening.
My friend brought up.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna hold you. It made me Asian in like 98% of my pictures.
Like
I just thought it was. I thought it was an app from
blood.
China, and they was like, we don't know how to do niggas, so you gonna get this Dynasty
It's
Warrior.
okay to get you back.
It looked like he was about to be an extra in Bloodsport.
But
Real quick, I want to go. I want to go to Brandon. I want to get to Brandon, and then I want to introduce our new panelist because he just slid in through the back door. Brandon, I'm really interested to hear how you feel about this, because you've already made a name. Like, a lot of your art has already gone viral. I love what you do, and when I think about, you can't replace creativity. I think about you. I think about Human. I think about a lot. I think about my man who does Tuskegee Airs, Marcus, Marcus the Visual. I think about y'all brothers who people repurpose, reshare, and send your art all out through the world. How do y'all feel about this AI art?
Man, it's a lot, but I can tell you one thing: they are not good with hands, just like regular artists. We struggle with hands just as much as they do. But I think it's gonna get real bad after a while, so it's not looking too good. But a lot of people are like, they trying to look at it as a fun thing, but it's gonna get serious, and people gonna like get butthurt at the end. And when they, it's not gonna look too good though. But I don't really like the AI art because it's taking over too much. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's just now digital art, photography. Now they going to animation, and people are getting scared. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't know what to actually go about. Actually use it for.
Extent?
You know what I'm saying? And I've been seeing it like all through my feed, you know what I'm saying? Like people just constantly putting in, pictures, and a lot of pictures. Like I've been seeing the same thing. The astronaut. I've been looking for the astronaut picture for every person because they got it every time.
It's in the $50 package. The 50 picture package, the cheap one.
Yeah.
Everyone does have.
Oh, that's what it is at.
Everybody got the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But
astronaut superhero.
It gets repetitive. It gets real repetitive.
Yeah, it's just like people seeing themselves in something they don't.
It's Brent. To that point, I think for a lot of people of color, it was like, for me. Here's how AI art is interesting. If you're a cosplayer and you upload a lot of pictures of you in a super suit, it will generate that kind of, like, I wear a crown in a lot of my pictures. King Kurt Live, that's mine. Yo, when I say it generated all these dope pictures with me with a crown on, and I said, damn, did it peep the crown and then just started generating that type of thing? And that's go ahead, Human.
Yeah, I will admit I did it too, right? And you see my hair?
Right.
It made my hair look awesome.
Right. And
Yeah.
it does learn. It does learn. See what it is that you uploaded, and then replicate that thing. Now, with that being said, I think a lot of black people, a lot of people of color, we saw ourselves in new lights. Like you got to see, like I'm bald, it gave me hair. I'm automatically gonna pay for that. I'm gonna pay for that every fucking time. You what? My beard ain't patchy? What? Get the hell paying for this. I live in Philly where it's already rough. What I'm saying is people got to see themselves in new lights. Now that initial round, you know that everybody know how the internet work, right? A couple people post some stuff. Somebody like, ooh, what app is that? Next thing you know, everybody's timeline for a week. It's like, but the thing is, I think is what Brandon was talking about, the long-term effects of this, because this ain't no longer a trend. This is now a new industry. And we're going to talk about that as soon as we get to our last panelist. Thank you for sliding through at the last minute, good bro. Introduce yourself. No. Introduce yourself and then tell us how you feel about this AI art.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Rush. I'm sorry I'm late. I just got back from work. I had to do some stuff.
Hey, listen, you got to get that money, baby.
Yeah, of course. All right, where do you even begin? So I'm an artist, cosplayer. I do a little bit of modeling. I do a lot of stuff.
Got a digital lace
front. I know they ain't shit. If y'all don't know, our followers and viewers are petty as hell. They like to talk shit on me. Leave my digital lace front alone. Go ahead, Rush. Don't mind them.
Right. But I'm definitely against AI art for the most part. Like when it first came out, it does some great things. I'm not even going to deny that. Like there's this one set of photos that I saw where it's like a whole bunch of black punks in the early 90s or something. And I thought those were awesome. At first, it fooled me at first because I thought it was real. And I took a lot of screenshots for like references to draw later or just inspire me for later.
Perfect.
But
you mean to tell me that was digital art too?
Yeah, that was digital.
Yeah. You didn't look at the hands?
Yeah, that was AI art.
You know what? I can't believe shit on the internet no more.
Like, I'm like,
bro, one person put a blood spot on his hand.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, man, they had to be real back then to be alternative and in the 90s. But I realized all that was fake. But I was still very impressed by what it could do. And I understand that initially it is a trend. And I don't care about, people just messing around with something like that. It's like, whatever. To me, like I said, if I see something really nice and inspiring, I'll just take a snapshot of it, save it for later. And I'll never publicly post it. I haven't touched the AI art thing myself. But I'll just use it for references in my own private folders or whatnot. However, I do think that it is definitely a problem for the future. A lot of people think that this is just an immediate thing. A lot of folks think in the now, in the present. They're like, hey, how can I profit off of this? How can I hustle this real quick? And they don't think about the long terms. I remember one guy I was talking to. He was very pro AI art. I didn't like the way he was talking. He said, I'm going to make a business out of editing the hands and stuff. And I'm like,
say that.
I'm like, I cannot deny that that's pragmatic and kind of clever to take something and turn it into something else. But I'm like, also, you're kind of like a bottom feeder of the art world.
It is. I was waiting for you to say it, Rush, because we had this conversation. You said, look, the people go ahead.
I do not like AI art in a commercial sense of, hey, I'm just going to type some prompts into a thing. It'll automatically give me something that I did not work for, and I'm working off the backs of other artists. And I gave him one of the better examples that I can give in comparison. Like imagine if like you're playing Call of Duty, right? You know about professional gaming and whatnot. The way I best put it is, what if aimbotting was just casually allowed in Call of Duty? It would ruin Call of Duty. Because people who took the time to learn all the map layouts, all the reaction time, all the whatnot, they're going to get easily just ruined by anybody who just walks in with a freaking aimbot and they're just getting constant headshots everywhere. That's just how it feels.
Now, Rush, what do you say to somebody that says that's a you problem?
And the truth is, it is a thing of sentiment. And it's hard to explain it to somebody because at the end of the day, we live in a society where where we get a gift and we just immediately just use it for some shady shit. And that's just what humans naturally do, I think. It's hard to talk them out of it because at the end of the day, they are right. You can't take this thing and without any work and profit off of it if you can. However, it does create this huge copyright black hole, and it devoids people of creativity, of any sort of, I don't know.
Well, wait, to your point, you said it's a matter of sentiment. I'm gonna say this. It's interesting because as I like to consider myself a creative. Everybody has a different kind of art. If there was an AI that could replicate stand-up comedy and they don't have to hire me to be a stand-up comic, I'm gonna be a mad motherfucker. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But to that point, as a business owner, my model as a business owner is always to find a cheaper, better, more efficient way to produce a product to get the maximum profit. To that point, Harry gave me something that, once again, y'all have ruined my belief in the internet, because I didn't know that this was AI generated.
Yeah,
I thought that this.
You can tell. You can tell.
How could you tell? I didn't look.
Okay,
y'all could tell
You can
now
tell by the words.
because y'all know the shit now. But when
Like
it
the edges
first,
are. Oh, my bad.
go ahead,
I didn't mean to cut you
Rush.
off.
Pull it back
I was
up.
gonna say the edges are like really sharp. The colors are and shading is really contrasty.
The
But
letters.
look at the
And
eyes.
Yeah.
Look
Look
at
at the
eyes.
letters.
the eyes, and to me,
Yeah,
And
a
the
lot of
shadow.
them look
Look
very,
at the letters in a
lettering.
second.
very off center.
The
yeah,
le-
and a
the-
lot
the
of them
le-
look very retro.
You only go ahead. Yeah, go. What
Let
you
me
saying?
throw
A
this
lot
out
of
there
them, to
too.
me, they have a very like retro-ish, kind of like grainish feel to them too.
Mhm.
Like they look like as if you took them between like the 70s and like the 90s. Like they don't look like, okay, this is like a 2022 iPhone camera quality.
Now it's
Can
interesting that you
I
said that, because one thing I want to throw out there, that
yeah, I wanted
particular
to ask
person
something what he
that's selling
said.
that is he's taking like a lot of fraternity and sorority work. He threw it up there. Y'all saw he's trying to sell it for $150. Now last week on his website, he had literally a section for AI art. That was one of the things that he was selling. I'm not sure how you're selling fraternity and sorority work with the letters jacked up for $150. But somebody said something, because all of a sudden for the last couple of days, that portion of the website is now gone.
Well, because you can't sell. Well, first of all, you can't sell fraternal, divine nine. That they will come for your ass. Trust me.
Especially when you're part of that fraternity too. He's a Sigma.
Oh, hell.
So,
And
example I like to use is like, okay, when we talk about someone can cook, right?
Mhm.
If you can't cook the food without a pressure cooker, if you can't make it from scratch, to me, you cannot cook. That is my opinion.
Can I add something on to what Rushik
Gina, we
said?
not gonna-
So, Rushik, you said that people, when they use AI art, they're not really working hard for the art or something of that nature. And then you said that really be on the big screen.
Yeah, that's right. I got to blow you up.
Exposed.
So you said that, and quote, of course, cut me off if I'm wrong. You said that people aren't really working hard for the AI art, but they're also not working hard for the artist. They're essentially just giving you money. So what do you mean by they're not working hard? They're not drawing anything. They're just paying you to do what they ask for. It's the same way if they use AI art. They're not really working hard on anything. They're just paying $399 or paying $399. So what's the difference?
All right. I'll give you a reason. Okay. So based on what I think you're saying, all right, there's a infinite amount of nuances that comes from just creating art. It's an entire creative process, I believe. And wait, can you repeat some of that?
So I don't know if you meant like the person. I don't know if you meant the consumer. I don't know if you mean a consumer isn't working hard.
Oh no, consumer never does anything.
Okay, so maybe I just misinterpreted, because you said they aren't working hard, but the art. So I thought you meant like the consumer isn't, like the consumer who's paying the LENSA app or whatever app to buy the art. I thought you were saying like they weren't working hard to get the app. Are you saying that the AI isn't really working hard? Or are you saying the consumer isn't working hard?
No, the consumer never has to work hard. They just got to get the money for the product. It's never about the consumer ever working hard. It's not got to do with them. I'm talking about the artist itself.
Gotcha.
All right, so I understand that I might sound a little bit like crazy, but
No,
I had a very
crazy.
my art
No.
teacher, my mentor, and everything. She was like a real hard ass. Like whenever we did digital art back in the day, she never let me use the blender tool. Like she wanted me to use like a hard brush and go in with the strokes and all that. And at first I thought she was crazy. I'm like, why you make me do this the harder way? But I realized there's these so many little nuances and creativity that comes from doing things in a more traditional fashion. And things that you would never get if you just plugged in some prompts into a thing and it just automatically steals from everyone
Rush,
else's
now
artwork.
hold on.
Don't use the pressure
Ho-
cooker.
Well, now hold on. Now see, this is where I gotta interject. And please feel free. Once again, I have to counterpoint. Technology is very purpose is to make our lives easier, better, faster, sometimes cheaper. Just because you had to do all that hard shit to do what you do, and then a coder came up with a program to do your job, maybe not better than you, but close enough that it could be now marketed, monetized, and you could put it into this capitalistic society that's definitely going to profit for it. Are you upset because it's attacking your industry, or are you upset at AI as a whole? Because when the McDonald's workers was about to leave out their job because they have the kiosk there, everybody love a goddamn kiosk, don't y'all? Y'all gotta worry about going in.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, y'all ain't gotta worry about going into Popeyes and getting your ass wet. You can order right off the kiosk and be good. Go ahead, Brandon. I look, Brandon said, hold on. Let me get up in this. Brandon, talk to me, because if you love a kiosk,
hold on, can I reply before I forget?
AI art. Talk to me.
All right, I want to reply before I
hold on.
forget.
Let me go to Brandon first.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you this. The artwork that I do, it comes from the app Sketchbook. And people don't believe me. I think I'm doing Photoshop and everything else. The Sketchbook is literally the most simplest thing, but it's hard because you have to literally sketch everything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have many tools. So yes, all the things I use is from Sketchbook. I don't use Photoshop. So I make it harder for myself to actually do that because I come from drawing on paper. I've been drawing on paper for years. So like,
and a lot of people don't realize that drawing digitally isn't just one and done. You still have to do step. Heck, if not more. And you got to know more. You have to know your color theory.
I say people
Can't
don't
remember
got
layers and shit.
How long?
Don't merge the wrong layer. Oh my god.
Dead ass. I got a question for y'all. How long would it take you to let me find one. How long would it take you to sketch some shit like this?
For me, just the sketching, non-coloring, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. To me, I'm a fast sketcher for me, because that's just probably because I just do a whole bunch of sketches, and I had art classes where we had like an hour to do a full illustration.
Blue Oni, you gonna make my skin look good like this? Like
I'll make your skin look good.
I'll make it look better than that.
I'll even draw your beard, not patching.
Oh shit! You about to get all my money.
Hey Kurt,
charge him extra for that.
No offense, Kurt, but you're easy to draw.
You got a lazy eye.
Yeah, yo, you see my eye all fucked up, Brandon.
Yeah, Kurt's easy to draw. Just a circle and a couple of
to draw that.
To that point, I'm gonna go to Black Woman because she got a question.
No, I have a question to add on to your question. I want to know how much they would charge for something. like that.
You know where I was going.
Yeah, I was out there. I want to know how much y'all would charge for something like that.
Now, okay, if it's a 30 minutes worth, okay, so is the general consistency be about 30 minutes worth of work?
Yeah, just like for me, uncolored, just a
sketch. Not colored. I'm not even talking about colored. I'm talking about it's just a sketch about 30 minutes. Now again, look, y'all, I'm not coming at you because I support my people. Also, how much in a range? I'm not talking about what you charge. I'm talking about in a range. Would that cost for an uncolored sketch?
About 20.
Yeah, I say
that.
Okay.
20 on a
beat. No, Brandon said I ain't.
I'm sorry. Let's
$20.
Maybe 20.
Realistically, it's looking like people. I would think it'd be like $60. Some people for a sketch.
Well, okay, so you got a flat. Are you talking about with shading or without shading? Because a flat color, flat.
Now you're asking a whole bunch of questions I don't know nothing about. Now is that
I-
what like
Is
shadows?
it just line art? Is it just line art?
Can I?
I like to be
interject?
simple with my pricing. I don't like doing line art, this, that.
I wanted to know,
Make it
like, with the
complicated.
color and everything, because a lot of
With
people,
everything.
With everything, that's like $200.
The only reason why I'm asking, because consumers like me, we want the color. We don't want black and white. So
Right.
naturally, we
Mhm,
want
nobody
color.
does.
So that's why I said with the color,
Yeah, like,
with the shading,
with the color,
with the even sometimes with the full
$200,
body. Like
Okay.
that's
Well,
why I asked, how much are you charging with the color?
So Boomer,
Like
Boomer, they
300.
saying Boomer said 200. Brandon
Like
said about
200.
300, right?
200, about
Yeah.
200, and probably about
It takes time.
2 to 3 weeks worth of time with a good artist.
Okay.
Can I
But
say
at the end of
something
the
real
day-
quick?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
the work that he can do is probably going to be 10 times better than what you get from the AI art, because we can actually
Right.
add depth and shade
Right.
and stuff like that to
Yeah.
the foregrounds that you would know that you don't get from the computer generated art. They
So
give you
let
One
good
other
colors.
question.
Go ahead,
One
Brandon.
other
Go ahead,
question.
Harry.
What size paper are you putting that on? Because
Or
you know
canvas.
that's another part of the question. What
Yeah.
size
Yeah,
paper?
I don't even know.
Right. No.
Because-
I'm not saying to trip
I
it
don't
up
know,
because
5
here's
by
the thing.
6 or 8 by 10. I don't know the inches. I ain't finna
No,
hold
no,
it.
Is that shit
no,
gonna be
the
big?
reason
Is it
why
gonna be
I'm asking
poster
that
size?
question-
See,
the reason
because
why I'm
then
asking
if
that
if you want to go
question
into printing,
This is relevant, yeah.
it's relevant
paper
because
costs money.
what the consumer is paying for, you got to consider the work that the artist has to put in, the materials that they're using, the medium that they're using, the paper that
Because
they're
that crap
putting it
ain't
on.
cheap.
Because it's
also
not.
you're
Don't I know it?
also
It's
you're
not.
you're
But
also
the biggest thing is the last and most sticking part of that is that's a one of one.
Right. So
That is one of one. By the time you've commissioned that art. By the time, wait, all the artists here that draw, please raise your hands real quick. By the time you all have taken the time to draw it, color it in, did all the corrections, did everything that you needed to do, and handed that thing over to the customer, and they paid you $200, that is a one of one. The only way that is getting created again is if you do it again, and that second piece will be nowhere near like your original, because there's always going to be the smallest of imperfections where if you put those two side by side, it's not the same thing.
Right.
Now
That's
to,
what
Harry,
and
to
also
Harry's,
you're paying
and
an
real quick,
artist
to Harry's point, a lot of people in the art world commissions. I have a one-on-one. I have a one of one. Well, a one of two from Who Man. Now, the interesting caveat to that is, ain't nobody ever gonna have that piece of art anywhere. Now, he blow up on an intergalactic level. I'm talking about the Martians is buying his shit. Now, my artwork is worth millions of dollars. AI art cannot. Now, mind you, AI art just sold at an art gallery for $500,000. This is what scares me, because I like art as an investment. I personally want to pay $200 to $300 because I could tack value onto my one of one. You get what I mean? I don't want a $20 one of one sketch if I'm doing an original piece of work. Now go ahead, Cam, because I saw you had your hand.
But I say, this is actually a question to like most of the panel, and maybe I don't know how to put this. But as a hip hop fan growing up, especially from the 80s and all, how is AI art different than, say, sampling when it was like very? I'm just curious. Like, I mean, I'm
this
also
is what's wrong when y'all motherfuckers be podcasters too and be hosting shit. Stop thinking of all my questions.
I'm just saying, like, as a hip hop fan,
All right, share the
like,
spotlight, Curtis.
You
Share
have
it.
to pay for that sample. You can't just
Yeah.
you can't just use it.
If it's under 8 or 9 seconds, you're actually still within. You don't have to pay.
But two, the biggest thing, even when you sample, you still have to have a skill of knowing where to sample that song.
How to blend it, yes.
Right.
I see what you're
How to
saying,
make
Harry.
it unique.
You just put
Right,
some
exactly.
words in a computer generated John ain't like a producer sitting there trying to get the beats right like a DJ would do.
Right.
It's all that skill, that natural skill of blending, putting the beats together. But they do have like generated songs that go off of trends. Like, okay, this song did really well, and so that's why you have a number of songs out right now that everything sounds the same.
Because the only reason why I
That
brought that
Ice
up is
Spice.
because like
Y'all
my
ain't
roommate.
shit. Let me
I
say.
know,
Ice
like,
Spice.
I got a
Leave Ice
roommate.
Spice
Ice
alone.
Spice beat, period. Everybody took her beat and just
like
did their own thing. Meek, all of them.
No, I say because I
Child.
got a roommate who is a producer, and he decided to take this AI prompt, and he said, type in Drake rapping about how he don't want beans and chili, and the AI prompt made the lyrics, and then he took those lyrics and put them into another AI prompt that made it sound like Drake. He then altered it to like make sure it rapped on a certain beat, like he audio synced it so it actually makes it into the rhythm, and then made it sound like he actually has a song made for what sounds like all those AI, but it sounds like Drake rapping about he don't want beans and chili. And
that's wild.
So real quick to that point, they already
now.
have AI generated
Oh, I
rappers.
seen that on TikTok. Yep.
Yeah, he already got canceled.
Because it was a white guy who was behind it.
Canceled.
Programmer
He
said the
definitely
N-word.
got
I was
canceled.
wait to that point. The reason he got canceled because it was a white guy imitating what is supposed to be black culture.
Black culture.
But if it had been a black dude doing this is when we start talking about AI art coming into the creative
God, looks
space.
like a cyberpunk reject.
Yo,
He does give me cyberpunk vibes. I'm not
Johnny Silverhand would never, honey.
Keanu Reeves would never.
So though we're talking about AI art at the moment,
Like
they're
Picasso
already
70s.
looking for ways to replace musicians. They even
Yeah, I wanted
have
to bring that up because, like, in almost every other industry, this has already happened, and the normal results is that there are like heavy bans on this stuff. Like with music, there's so much copyright stuff everywhere, and they're super strict on it because of stuff like that.
But see now, how do you copyright? That's what I was about to say. How and Rush, you can answer it for me. When it comes to computer generated, if it's pulling from all these millions of places and styles, and they're computer generating something, it's not like a music. You could actually digitize the music and see a stamp, a beat, a melody. I mean, you saw what happened with Marvin Gaye and what was that white boy's Robin Thicke's family. They sued the pants off that boy, and he had to pay them all that back money. How can you do that with an art style? Not talking about intellectual property, an art style.
I've done a bit of research on that, and a lot of it is just kind of iffy right now until I can confirm it 100%. But in the same way that we have AIs that can take, we also have, I think, AIs that can also detect when images are being stolen from different sources. And when
What's the name of that website? Go ahead. Yeah.
I traced or am I traced?
That one, yeah.
That one? Yeah.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that?
but
Oh,
again,
really? Blue? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Blue Oni, you're familiar with a program like that? Would you say what's it called?
Yeah, it's a website, and you can put like your.
Have I been trained?
Okay, thank you, because you confirmed what I was researching. Okay, thank you. Now I know it's a thing.
Yeah.
But I read it, I just couldn't confirm it.
Yeah, you put your art into it, like a picture or something, and it'll pull up images if there's anything that's very similar, if not dang near the same thing. Like there was an artist who got a commission of one of her original characters, and it brought back the commission and her picture, and I think somebody else was trying to like sell her commission piece.
Wow.
So now let me. So again, I already forewarned you. I was going to ask hard questions, right? So to my artists here who draw, do you sell art pieces of other people's intellectual property?
No. Matter of fact, I'm one of the few people who don't really like
After the artist,
fan art.
can I get my take on that as well? After the artist speak, I just want to talk on.
Are you talking about fan art or like?
I'm talking about no matter what, do you sell art pieces of other people's intellectual property? Whether that be, let's say you do a black version of Colossus or a fat version of Doug. Somebody else's intellectual property.
I don't do.
It brings me no joy.
Do you see a problem with artists who do that?
Yes and no.
If the consumer, requested it,
I definitely don't really. Like, go ahead.
So why y'all mad at AI art if y'all not mad at people who?
I'm getting to that.
Redo because in the Dragon Ball community, a lot of artists redo characters.
I'm John Shinron.
Akira Toriyama's Goku, Vegeta, Beerus. They make their own versions of it, but I see no artist I see no artists being. I was actually want to speak on that because I see a lot of artists make their own versions, fan mangas of anime, of I mean, you could say comics, but I see no artists being outraged about that. But they do get mad about AI art, who's essentially pulling from original content. So, what is the difference between being outraged about AI art and artists who quite literally do fan mangas or copy with other original content?
I'm gonna go. Hold on, boy. Everybody, I already knew. I knew the minute that Boomer took a breath, y'all was gonna be on it like flies on shit. Hold on, I'm gonna go to every single artist. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. I want to start with Brandon. I'm gonna go down up. Brandon, how do you feel about that question? And could you give her an answer?
Really? I mean,
come on, we getting into the shit
back in
now.
the day, they used to. Back in the day, they used to sell art like basically like Tweety Bird or the Looney Tunes. Basically,
I bought that T-shirt.
Of different characters. You know what I'm saying? They used to put them on T-shirts all the time. So it's just like it's been going on for like decades. So it's not really anything like wrong with it. It's just that the AR art like is just different. You know what I'm saying? It's stealing from different people and then putting it into one. Now, like we just doing fan art. AI art is doing something totally different. So I don't see nothing wrong with it or selling it, but I don't really just sell none of the pieces sometimes, like because I don't really just deal with it because of the copyright thing. So if I actually do sell something, it'll be something similar to it, like the one I did, like of the Gross Sisters or something like that. That was the last one. I'll sell that one because it's like in my own style. But other than that, like, nah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Petty, you up? Talk to me.
Cool. Black Bulma, are you familiar with the parody or fair use copyright law?
No, can you educate me?
Okay. Basically,
that was a nice way of saying speak your piece, nigga.
Basically, like fan art, like I don't outright own like Batman, but if someone if I drew a picture for someone requested, or I decided to draw something and someone liked it in my particular style, because I am drawing it in my particular style, then it's under what's called copyright or fair use law, because it's like I'm not claiming that I made Batman. I'm not claiming that I made that I created Batman or that this is my actual intellectual property as a character, but under that particular law of me just doing it as a parody or a joke or fair use, therefore I'm not liable or legally under any type of restriction to draw Batman in, I don't know, as a vampire, or Batman doing, I don't know, S&M with Catwoman. Like that's stuff that I can just pretty much get away with because of that. It's hentai and it's art. No, that's the stuff I can get away with because of the fair use property. That's different than say AI art, which takes bits and pieces and smidges of other people's arts and like combines it into their own art, claiming it as its own.
But if you sell it, does it still fall under the guidelines?
No, it falls under fair use. Satire, parody, all that stuff. Because again, I'm not claiming that I made Batman. I'm not claiming that I made Robin.
But you're still monetizing off of it, though.
I mean, monetizing is one thing, but I'm not stealing the actual artwork.
Yeah, but you're taking from the original art, making your own.
But I'm not taking. No, I didn't take from the original art because I drew it myself. I know.
No, you did it. I know what you're talking about. I'm saying that
under my own style. I can't draw like Bob. Like I can't draw like Gil Kane or Jim Lee or I'm trying to think of Danny O'Neill. I can't draw exactly like them, the famous artists who made Batman iconic. Like I'm not drawing like them. I'm drawing it in my own artistic style, in my own particular expression.
You're still using them as a reference. Like you're using
the reference is one thing, but
Batman,
AI
and then you're getting money off of it.
But AI isn't using a reference. AI is just basically stealing though. It takes bits.
They are using a reference. They're using a reference off of. They're using a reference off of.
No, it's not a reference. It's literally taking bits and pieces. It's a program. It's not a reference. reference. It's a
between
program.
taking reference and taking bits and pieces?
Because
That sounds the same to me.
I'm not looking at Jim Lee's art and drawing it identical to it and then being like, okay, yeah, this is my Batman with the barrel chest. No, it's not the
So
same. Or
taking
Tim
bits and
Sale.
pieces is worse than actually referencing a.
All right, let's go to
But I'm
our
not
respective
referencing
corners.
it.
Hold
I'm
on,
not-
hold
it's
on,
not
hold on,
reference.
hold on.
It's me drawing it in my own style.
Hold on,
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but I let it rock because it was getting good. It was getting good. It was getting good. All right, I
Curious.
see both points
Rush it.
because it's references when it's you doing it and it's stealing when the AI is doing it.
No,
Hold on.
I'm not doing a reference.
This I ain't here to debate.
Okay,
I'm just
all right.
taking I'm just taking what you said. That's all I'm saying. It's just right. Rush. I'm gonna go to Rush and then I'm gonna go to Blue on the ass and then I'm gonna go to my top panel. But before
Section 107 of the Copyright Act.
this motherfucker pulled up the copyright law. Nobody want no information. Get out of here.
That's the law. I'm done.
You don't want to get into no reference.
You win if you giving me laws. I can't get into that. I'm sorry.
Get these law books. I want to pull up a piece of art from my man.
He's amazing.
I'm so tired of him. Oh, he get on my nerves.
No. Listen. This is my man, 50 grand. When I tell you, Real Tunes has been making art on social commentary for the longest time. Sometimes you like the social commentary, sometimes you don't, and that's what social commentary is supposed to be about. His art, it says, so y'all will pay a computer to draw for you, but not your friend who's a human artist that needs commissions to survive in this world. And then he says the app was $8, your prices are $500. Now, before I go to Rush, Blue Only, because I want y'all to speak to what Boomer was talking about. This is what we're talking about. At the end of the day, AI makes art at a reasonable quality cheaper. The morale that's a no-brainer. If I can get B tier art for $8 or pay for A tier art for $500, I'm gonna pick B every time because I can get 1,000 Bs. It's like the old saying, why get a 10 when you get 2 good 5s? Look, I'm just saying, but the morality of it, should it be done? Is it stealing? Is it stealing from artists? That's the question that we're really trying to dig into, because y'all never going to beat capitalism. I can promise you that. Not in America, not in this country, and especially with our people, because we always looking for a good deal. Y'all see how they fight over them $2 TVs at Walmart. So with that being said, this is where I want y'all to focus on when you answer Bulma's questions as far as the morality of it, because if there is a moral conundrum with AI art, but there's also a moral conundrum with with artists utilizing someone else's IP to monetize, it kind of becomes the same thing. And then it's just picking and choosing which part of the poison apple you want to bite from. Rush, give me your opinion as far as what Bulma was talking about.
All right, so I got two things. So I'm one of those artists. I don't really do fan art. I only do fan art when I'm genuinely a fan of something. And when I do fan art, I don't sell it. I put it on my Patreon. It's free. It's for the public to see. I don't like living in a shadow or building my brand off someone else's creation. So I do push my own stuff. But going off what he said, there's a whole thing about fair use and whatnot. It's parody, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing about fan art to me is that you still put work into it, and it's never the exact same as the original art. Like, you get to see this character or this brand from a totally different lens, with a different inspiration, with a different what's the word, dialect. I don't know, because like you're thinking about art as just a product. You're not thinking about it as inspiration or what their motivations are or what their likes, dislikes, their hates. Like I don't know. I kind of make my art look different from, let's say, Sakimi-chan, because I think Sakimi-chan's art is not that good. So that also inspires me to do something else. But I don't know.
I noticed you threw that little shade in there. All right. So,
no, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade.
No, it's okay.
I'm not throwing shade. Versus, like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know who Yume is. But I love her art because I read her story, and she comes from a whole like story of like depression and shit, and that shows in her art. And it bothers me when someone could just put that into an AI and just steal her art, all of her inspiration, all of that and it's just freaking empty.
Okay,
And
so it's like it's a moral issue.
yeah, that's why when I started this, I said my thing is really it's all about sentiment. And people a lot of folks don't understand how powerful sentiment can be, and emotions and inspirations and trauma and all that mess.
Why does the consumer have to be sentimental when it's the AI doing it?
Because when you buy something from an artist or anyone who makes anything creatively, you're buying their brand, you're buying their personality, you're getting a piece of what that artist is.
Right. That's the soul aspect of it.
It's
Right. What do you
Not
give
only
it?
that, but you should be
hold,
inspired.
wait a minute. Hold on now, y'all. When y'all go to McDonald's, do you buy the soul and the art of the person making the burgers in the back?
Well, first of all,
I
don't
hope
really
so.
eat McDonald's.
Yeah,
I
they
don't.
make you a host
McDonald's,
because
right.
you're a host.
Like,
Everybody like, fuck you, Kurt.
That's not why you go to
all right, here's the thing about that.
That's not why you go to
You want
McDonald's, but that's
soul
why
in
you
the
go to your
McRib?
local spot.
All right, here's
But
the
that's
thing
why you
about that.
I mean,
That's getting a rib, and ain't nobody come back.
Wait,
now.
hold on.
The soul in
Hold
the
on.
McRib?
The thing
When you're
about
looking for
that,
the soul,
though,
you go to your local restaurant.
Exactly.
exactly.
Black
Here's-
hole.
yeah.
But the consumer has the choice.
Right.
But here's the
Thank
thing,
you,
though.
Devin.
I'm not.
Thank you.
If I go to a nice fancy restaurant that's probably locally owned or whatnot, I'm gonna expect to pay more for that burger, right?
Right.
If I go to McDonald's, I ain't about to pay more than $1 for that shit. Like, and that's how much AI art should even be worth, honestly.
That's
In my opinion.
But hold on, but Rush, you admit that McDonald's
tend to go
exists with
cheaper
the high
than-
end burger, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
people
Wait,
tend to
say it
go
again?
cheaper than high end.
But,
But that's
so
what
many
I'm saying.
voices.
Oh, wait, McDonald's exists with the high end burger. You can go get the Kobe beef burger and pay $50 for it because it's wrapped in gold and somebody from Russia made it
Oh
for
wait,
you.
actually, that the way that I can best answer that is because McDonald's still makes its own shit. Now, the way that I would say and how you're trying to word it, it's like, what if McDonald's went to that local restaurant, took their burger apart, and then went back to their restaurant and tried to sell it as their own thing?
And then like reheated.
Elvis.
Like,
There you go, Elvis.
It
capitalism.
is just all the flavors
How you
gone.
gonna
It's
get
been
mad at what
microwaved.
That's
they
the quarter pounder. What are you talking
You
about?
should get mad at someone stealing your freaking burger.
You know why I'm talking as a consumer who I'm trying to be 100% transparent, honest. A lot of us don't really care about the soul. We don't want to pay $500 for art. It's
More
more
people
$3.99 than
do
I rather
than you
pay
think.
$3.99 for it.
Okay, so I'm
Wait a minute, hold on. Before you, because y'all I already see y'all going. Boomer's going to be firing shots at each and every one of you. I just want.
I mean, because the things like me and Curtis is the only one on here that's kind of like on the. I'm just only reason why I joined because I know a lot of artists was going to join. I'm not saying this because I don't agree with you. I'm talking as a consumer because I see no other consumers on this panel,
and that's fine.
Well, no. Interesting. Hold on. Interestingly, we had two other people who had the same viewpoint as Boma. They pulled out kind of last minute because they was like they don't want
They
that
don't want the
smoke. Now, mind you, with that being said, because we got about a half an hour left, and I want to make sure that I get all the artists' opinions before we run out of too much time. I want to go to Blue Oni Mask, Harry, and then I want Who Man to answer your question because I think that is the crux of this entire argument. So, Blue Oni, talk to me.
I'm gonna try to keep it short and simple since we're running a lot of time. So, what you're talking about, like using, someone's character. I usually don't do like black versions of characters to me because it's kind of corny. But I digress. Sorry, no offense, anyone. But it's like when you're an AI is already using established artwork from other people. It's already there. Versus an artist, you're creating something unique. Yes, it is an established character, but it's something unique in your style with a unique prompt. AI, you're just throwing a few words. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of those people who I noticed who have done it, say, for example, that one fantasy looking one, they ended up looking the same. It's literally the same thing. Their face might be a little different, but the background, the outfits, all of it is the same. There's no uniqueness. So when you say, if you buy that AI art, you're going to end up looking like something else. I mean, it's not something else. Somebody who already just done it. It looks the same. There is nothing that makes it stand out. So, like, for example, for me, like, there's someone, if you see so many Black Goku illustrations that all look the same when everyone's trying to copy each single art style, You get done with it. You get tired of it. It doesn't make you stand out. It doesn't help your brand. You just blend in with everyone else.
Okay. And I agree with you because now, ever since that, I want to make sure I get this. Ever since this picture went viral, more pictures like that have been popping up. Not as good. Good.
And I'll say this, like, as a cosplayer, this is probably a better example. Like Demon Slave, for example. Like everybody, I like turned around. And it was like everybody was doing the same 3 characters. Yeah. They had the same outfit from Amazon. They had that same curly wig. You probably already know what Afro wig I'm talking about. Everybody had the same thing, and it just looked the same after a while. And I was like, "Where's the creativity?" I was like, "Where's the uniqueness?" I was like, "I want people to stand out, but I'm getting tired and I'm getting bored because they all look the same."
The trend. Yeah, they follow the trend.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Harry, go ahead.
Okay,
well, so hold on. I'm gonna go down. Go ahead, go Brandon, and then I'm gonna go right to Harry. Go ahead, Brandon.
You going? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, I've been teaching kids for like a long time, and I used to see like 7 and 8-year-olds draw just as good as the AI, and you won't even believe it. So you would think like, would you pay $200 or $300 for their picture, or you would pay $8 for AI? Will you crush the little kid dreams, or you just be like,
"Oh, you brought up the kids."
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to support it.
It's true.
Damn, Brandon, you gonna bring the kids?
That's what I'm saying. The kids are the future, though, right?
Not the kids.
So I'm like, there's kids out here drawing and trying to support their life, but you know, you don't want to support them, but you want to support an AI more than a kid.
Yeah,
I have to bring it in there.
Brandon, you slick. He said, I ain't gonna leave out of here without.
But that's the same exact point I brought up earlier about my son.
No, yeah. What's that scene in the Simpsons? We were like, what about the children? All right, Harry, come on, Harry.
Okay, so thing number one, like I said, what you get out of it is what you put into it. I think really we could start and end right there. And this is with any particular pieces of art. Matter of fact, if you guys could look over your shoulder, let me slide that way. Those 2 pieces.
Come on, Pastor.
Have hanging behind me. I forgot how much I paid. I think easily I paid for those sketches, and I got those like 10 years ago, easily $70 or $80 each. Those are 1-of-1s. Okay, so the thing of it is, like Boma has a point and Petty has a point over what happens when you look at derivative art versus original art versus what consumers are looking for. And I think at the end of the day, I feel like if I'm going to put out some money, it's worth it more to me when I have something that I know that somebody put their heart and soul into, that they took their time. I feel something from that, as opposed to, like someone just said, you pop in a couple of words in the machine and you get whatever spat out of it. Like, even when I take it to the realm of photography, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten people, they see a photo and they say, well, I want to do a photo exactly like that. And I have to tell them, I can't do it exactly like that. There are so many things I have to take into account. I have to take into account the lighting, the setting, use the model itself. I said, I can put my own spin on it. That's the thing. And it's not copying a style. It's not taken from that style. You know, let me do it a way that I feel comfortable of knowing that I actually put work in. That's what people are looking for at the end of the day. If they paid $8, they know they're not getting nothing from that. It goes back to the McDonald's allegory. I'm paying $10 for a Happy Meal that's going to keep me tied over until I get to my next meal. Where if I paid $50 for it, damn it, that food better be good. I need to be talking about it a week later. You pay $8 for McDonald's. Are you going to tell your friends about McDonald's? No, because everybody knows about McDonald's. You pay $50 from a business and the food is bombing or it's bad, you telling everybody. Because what you're paying for is what you're getting. And that's the same thing when it comes to this AI art. And that's why people are upset. Again, the bottom line is not the tools that's the problem, it's the monetization of it. You know, when somebody can sit back, take that base tool, get it to spit out some, all of a sudden, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Artist,
oh, man.
I can make this. I'm going to charge people. and you're doing like the least amount of work. Whereas you got some of you folks on here that have drawn for years that could do that. But if you did it, you're not charging $20 for that because you got to take time to draw that beard in. You got to get the eyes right. You got to get the hands and the fingers right. You got to get that shine. You got to get everything just so. This guy just put some words in and then played around the face. I'm done. I'm an artist. No.
Now to Harry's point, and I just want to speak to what this is. And I thought about taking his name out of there, but I like if you're gonna have that much audacity, I'm gonna leave your name
Screw
out
that
there.
guy.
So this guy,
why you like a Herb variant?
Oh, Greg is wild.
It's a shout out
DJ
to my
Khaled.
Bloods and Whiskey.
Yo,
for 20.
what this guy did was essentially, a lot of
bad
people,
joy.
our community, they don't be knowing about what AI art is. So basically what he downloaded the app just like everybody else. And what he's going to basically do is say, hey, give me $20. I'm going to load your pictures in this app. And I'm going to spit it up.
He's profiting off of people's ignorance.
Yes.
Right.
That's
it.
Rush, I think that is the most concise way to explain it. Thank you. And people kind of peep game. They called him out. You mind posting the step-by-step video?
That is what should happen for anything that you get that you're not sure of, especially when it comes to art. And this is going to be the problem with going to some of these artist alleys in the coming year, is that you're going to see people up there, and it's like, okay, if you're just sitting there and you're selling their art, it looks great. Show me how you did it. Well, nope.
Well, so you don't need a Carfax.
What I did was I went to
the Carfax.
And a lot
not
of
only
artists,
that, but say, go ahead.
All right, take your time, y'all.
I was gonna say, a lot of people say, like you said with the con thing, somebody could probably be selling that same print that they done screenshotted for say a little bit more, a little bit less, and now you sitting here looking like Boo Boo the Fool.
And it's happened. It has happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
I could tell y'all now, as we have our own convention, HNIC Con. Siren's one of the con directors. We actually had that conversation today. Was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Where a lot of us convention owners have come together and have started to write into our artist alley contracts that we will not allow AI art. And you have to put that verbiage in it because if the artist alley is to support the artist,
right?
I'm sorry, bro. I love what y'all. I love the AI art, but that don't make you an artist. What
Don't take your spot away
The
from
big question is, how are you going to enforce it?
Now, how will we enforce it? Now, that is the one caveat that we're all talking about, because a lot of this stuff is so good. I would have never known. Like, look, I'm reposting shit now. I'm like, oh, God damn it. I didn't know that was AI art.
Is it going to be a thing of where people are going to ask, basically, like they said, the Carfax, like if you're applying for Artist Alley,
fact checkers.
You have a portfolio of your work. Then,
right? No. I know that. I know that. But that's the thing. How is it with some of these cons? Are they going to be able to keep up with people's portfolio to say, like, okay, we got 100 people applying for Artist Alley. Can you all submit your portfolio, and who's going to check it? Like I said, I get the process, but the thing of it is putting that verbiage in. How are they?
The process.
Quality
Hopefully
control.
they'll do more thorough screenings.
Or you're going to have to take pictures of the sketches of the final product to show that you actually sketched it,
which would be easy for an
Well,
artist.
that's what we're gonna have community for.
Well,
that's
I'm about to say,
community for.
Who man, you rounding this brother, take us home in answering that question and giving us that purview of how could we settle this issue in Artist Alley with conventions and in the future.
I think real creativity is gonna win at the end of the day. At the end of the day, real creativity is gonna win. This has happened before in the art community. It's happened over and over again, and it will continue to happen over and over again. I'm mostly a digital artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been on Instagram for about 6 years now, right? And now the artists in here, I know you guys seen, like, say in some random comment sections, hey, I'm selling tunes or whatever. I can draw you or whatever, and it's just literally line art over a photo. Right?
I hate
now.
That.
Oh, really?
Now when that was going on,
see you hipping me. All right.
We was having the same conversation years ago about that. is that
Yeah,
real art?
that's true.
That's fake art. This is that, right? But what happened? Eventually, the community, it peaked game. And it peaked game, and now those things are weeded out. Okay, we don't get those. We want people with real creativity. We want the real sauce. We want the local shop and not McDonald's.
Mhm.
You know, so I believe when the dust clears, real creativity beats my style, for example. The style that I use is deliberate. I did everything on purpose to make it look like its own thing. That's why I do it the way that I do it. And at the end of the day, people know it's me because of the way I do it. Now, yeah, I will be devastated if they make an AI and just run into it and they could just recreate my shit.
Yo, that would,
which has happened.
But
That hurt.
the community hopefully will be able to peep game and be like, no, this guy is the real Who Man. This guy is the real Devin. I know that because of such and such, because you can feel it. You can feel the soul and everything like that. And eventually, all of the AI stuff is just yeah, it's cool, but we know that what it is even by then. I don't know how long that's going to take, but that's what I'm hoping for out of all this.
So I like what Who Man says, because now, mind you, this is just a prevailing issue across the Black culture, period. When do we come together and finally say, hey, okay, we're not going to allow this thing? You know what I mean? Whatever it is. They said boycott Balenciagas, and everybody was hyped for it for about a week, and then next thing you know, niggas was like, yeah, but I paid $800 for these. I'm not burning shit. You know, everybody was okay, let's boycott Kanye. Well, he didn't really say nothing bad. I'm still gonna listen to College Dropout. And then he said, I love Hitler, and down niggas is back on board. It took me at least, I ain't gonna front. I was born in 1982. Forgive me. But it did take me like 3 weeks to delete R. Kelly out of my look, I'm just being honest, goddammit. It took me a little bit longer than most.
They just asked to play R. Kelly the other day.
I mean,
R. Kelly was just trending on TikTok for.
Thank you. And I was like,
one of his songs was trying to, and people was like, y'all
Yeah,
know
so
who y'all
Leg
know
Shake,
who
that
this
used to be
is?
my go-to for the
I
for the
got
but
like
either
3
way,
songs of his.
He made graduation.
the point is, what I love what Human is trying to say is he's relying on the culture to not only identify the fact that his distinct style is his style, but then to support and say, hey, we're not going to do this. Now, here, I'm going to bring this up because y'all gave it to me. It's already out here stealing artists' styles. Carla Ortiz is another master in the industry who designed some of her favorite heroes, including Doctor Strange, and found her own art had been trained by AI countless times, and now she's fighting for rights. Sam Yang, another one, he tried to fight against it, and they said he was cyberbullied, and then they kept replicating those models. And of course, one of the more egregious one was Greg. I don't know how to say that boy last name. I think he was just okay. Thank you. Help me, y'all, because I don't got Teffy today. He's a master in our field. His art was taken and trained the ATA, and his like over 93,000 times. Like that AI art now is him.
That's what happens when you don't have respect for the field.
Well, there's a recent artist who died. I can't remember his name. But
It's a Korean one.
Yeah.
It's a Korean. I know he's real famous. I know exactly.
I don't know his name right now.
Into AI, and it's been all over. It's been stripped down. And it's like a chop
had
shop.
A picture in here, but I don't know. It didn't load.
It's all going to come down to regulation.
I'm looking at
the point.
I blame regulation.
That's what's probably going to wind up having to happen is, copyright lawyers, trademark lawyers, because this is such a new thing. This is something that's been around for less than 5 years, and I'm sure
I found his name.
Heads against the wall.
Real quick, Blue Oni, what's his name? Because I want to give him a shout out. I'm sorry, Harry.
Kim Jong-ji.
Yeah, he just passed away. Now, while Harry talks, I'm actually going to play a video in the background of AI art put to Thriller. I ain't gonna put the music on, but just watch how crazy it is. They making videos out here. Go ahead, Harry.
But that's what I'm saying. The main issue is gonna be a thing of regulation, because as more and more people are starting to find their stuff being taken and repurposed with AI, and like I said, when it comes to monetization, what's going to wind up happening is there are going to have to be some new rules. And I mean, people have been spouting, well, what about Disney? What's going to happen when Disney gets involved? If Disney and Warner Brothers gets involved, it's going to be a whole different field. Like I said, when the corporations get involved, Yeah, because I don't know if any of you remember, but a couple of years back, especially when Comic Cons really first started blowing up, there were always rumors going around where Disney and Warner Brothers were sending like secret shoppers to the cons and going to tables and supposedly giving cease and desist letters to people selling Marvel and Disney and DC stuff. Because I mean, remember the whole big issue they had with China back in the day, because China bootlegs everything.
Great work, amazing world of Gumball, literally.
Baltimore bootlegs everything too.
Right. So that's where we are with AI now. Now that any Joe Schmo can sit at a prompt and create work, what's going to happen as far as regulating what is allowed and not allowed to go on AI? Because AI is not going to go away.
So, Harry, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? So now, a lot of us who are fans of a lot like The Incredibles and whatnot, all that computer generated stuff, one of the biggest things is take artists a long life. Like that's why the movies take 4 and 5 years to come out. Now with this AI, could it speed up that process?
You're not going to want it to.
Why the hell won't
They're doing that.
Right now, no. Right now,
they're
no.
doing that in anime with like CGI and stuff. They're stopping doing a lot of.
And you see how that looks.
I mean, it looks bad, but look at Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is a very high selling, it's very popular now, and it has a lot of CGI in it. So it's not really.
But you look at the manga first, though. I mean, because
you look at the manga first, but the anime is very popular and trendy now, where it's literally people are complaining about the CGI, but they're still watching it
because it's based on a very popular IP.
The question is, what are you trading in for speed, though? That's going to be the question.
Is it quality?
I mean, it's cheaper
Definitely
and
quality.
people are taking it. People are just taking what they can get. You know what I mean? People are still watching Chainsaw Man. And Chainsaw Man is filled with CGI. They did the same with Dragon Ball Superheroes, complete all CGI, and it sold millions of dollars. It wasn't.
But you look at Chainsaw Man, and then you look at Berserk 2017.
Ugh.
See, that's the thing that scares me.
I knew someone was gonna bring that up.
Here's an interesting caveat about AI. Apparently, the more data it processes, the more efficient it becomes.
It gets, yeah.
So even where we're at now, this is give it a year of us. And mind you, we're the ones feeding it. Every time you put that prompt in there, if you put in Black Goku and it generates a picture, now that picture will just become more and more efficient as you load in more pictures of Goku.
Well, now it's even replicating people's logos. So,
yeah, because somebody said in the comments something about watermark everything. Why? You don't own it. It's like you use the watermark really just to kind of squat on something and use it as a placeholder.
You can't stop
Well, my thing is that people are being mad at the advancement of technology. It's like being mad at Amazon because they might outsell Walmart.
Now hold on. Now
I'm gonna jump in real quick.
I think that
I'm sure y'all still shop at Amazon.
But the thing about AI art and technology in general, as with all things, there's an ethical way of using it and a non-ethical way of using it.
Right.
Now, when you guys were talking about the 3D earlier, like Chainsaw Man and whatnot, now, 3D does make the process easier rather than animating, especially doing cell shading. However, they're still putting a lot of work into each movement and frame.
It's still an art form.
Yeah, it's still an art form. Now, does it look clunky?
You're still working on it.
Yes. Yeah. Now,
there's still someone who has to know what to do.
Yeah, it is. It's just, there's a lot of people behind the scenes peering over every single frame, every single scene. How to explain it? How janky? Like it's not smooth 3D.
Yeah, because this thriller is real janky. I ain't gonna front. This shit's scary.
Yeah. Now imagine putting that through an AI bot that can somehow create 3D motion, and there's no one to look at it, and they just post that shit.
Not only that, but someone who's not trained in what it's supposed to look like.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, what Bullman's saying is, if people still gonna pay for it and it made millions.
Hold on, I said earlier that
none of us are mad at the consumers at all about them buying it. This is their fucking money. They can do whatever
a lot
they
of
want
people
with it.
are mad at the consumers.
Well, there's gonna be people.
You might not be mad.
Most people aren't mad at consumers. The actual buyer is more mad at people who are trying to claim it as their own art.
Now hold on. That people are absolutely upset at the consumer. I have seen people be like, I'm unfriending anybody that posts AI art. I'm not saying it's this panel. What I'm saying is artists are taking a stand. I've seen artists say, I will not be posting anything new in 2023 in protest to AI art.
It's kind of 50-50. There are people who are like aware of what's going on and still buying the art.
That's a
But there are
weird
also a lot of
stance.
consumers that actually
I've
are
seen
taking
no
a stand
outrage
against
with
it.
Lensa. I've seen no all of my people that I have a really big following. If you guys don't know, I have a huge following, and a lot of my followers, Dragon Ball followers, have all used Lensa. And the thing about it is, I see under the comments everybody being outraged at the consumer for using it, but nobody has wrote letters or maybe try to find a PO box for the company who made Lensa. And nobody has done this. Y'all are all, not you specifically, the panel. I've seen artists and people who are protecting artists mad at the consumer. You can't be mad at a consumer who want to buy a cheaper product. You have to be the person, be mad at the person who's making the Lensa app. And I didn't really see us talk about the Lensa app because that's literally what we're using. But it's like I see a lot of people under Twitter posts and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok mad at the people using it, but not mad at the app itself. I don't see nobody making letters.
So I think some
there are.
Wait a minute, hold on.
offended
Go ahead, Siren.
because
Siren, go ahead.
I think some artists are offended because you also got to take into the account that they put years into learning their craft, time, money. Like I'm doing this for my son to speak to what he was talking about the children earlier. Okay, you're learning how to use color theory, you're learning how to use different mediums, you're learning the history of art, and all that comes into play. And then you go and you give $8 to the app. I can understand why people would be incensed because they put time into this. This is a passion. People who do art, that is a passion for them, and they put all this time into it, and their, like we keep saying, soul and things of that nature into it, so it feels like a slap in the face.
But is this?
Yeah, they're pretty much saying to the
Y'all know.
people are mad at the consumer because
when
they're-
Brandon talk, that bass always coming. That shit, it like waves over everybody. He said, "Y'all know." I said, "Oh shit, let me shut up."
Although to counter what you said earlier,
why
there
is
are.
the majority mad at the consumers then? Like, because I get what you're saying. My daughter loves to draw, and it's like I see more outrage for people who paying the money than the actual app itself.
I say
People are
take it
mad
back
at
to
the
the
consumer.
original
people should
conversation.
steal
Hold
the
on.
app.
Take it back to that original conversation. Do chefs get mad at microwave dinners? Like
Not
it's
microwave dinners, but the people that call themselves chefs that cannot do the same thing without the technology.
Without skill.
Yeah,
But what about
you can't make them ribs
what
fall
about
off
the
the bone
filters?
without.
I just
Oh
want
yeah,
to
thank you. Brandon. Okay, Brandon.
What about
okay.
the
The
what
thing
about
is,
the
I just want
filters?
people to
Because
be more
AI actually
realistic
create
that people do
filters.
not care about the. I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic that a lot of people don't really care about the soul and hard work that artists are putting in. I'm trying to be more transparent that artists are not. When someone tells me that I got to pay $500 for something because you putting your soul in it, I don't really care. I'm being 100%. I don't care. I don't care what.
No. That is probably about 89%
That's
of
a lot
everybody
of
who
the
buys
consumer.
something.
We don't care what soul you put in it. The art is beautiful. That's not to take credit, but nobody care. I'm not paying $500 something when I could put $399 to a Lensa app. I'm trying to be 100% transparent. Nobody care about the soul.
Let me
I'm just saying.
raise your hand.
Depends on the person.
Hold on, for the artist,
A lot of
here.
that's everybody using Lensa.
How many
Yeah,
times?
there's-
How many times have you
There's also a
quoted
lot of
somebody?
people who buy.
How many times have you quoted somebody your price and they left you on red?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Many.
I'm also, okay,
And
so
sometimes
I'm
it's not
also
even that expensive. That's the crazy part. Sometimes you can do
Right.
$10 emergency sketches and they
Because they
still
want it
leave
to
you
be
on red.
$0 and 0 cents.
Right.
That's
Like
what they
Which
want
is
to do.
sad.
hold on. I'm gonna keep it a buck with everybody because I'm also a former tattoo artist, and we know black people in tattoos, they love cheap tattoos. I've had people
Oh,
walk into my
Jesus.
shop.
Trash
one-
tattoos.
I've had one people walk into my shop talking about like, y'all paid $30 for the sleeve. What can you do for me? I said, I'm not doing $30 for a sleeve. Like your whole arm for $30, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Nah.
right.
You know what? I can tell you all stories of people, I don't care what color they were, that have come to me and wanted to lowball for photo shoots. You know, I had, short version. I had a guy one time wanted to do a maternity shoot for his girlfriend, 2 hours, wanted smoke bombs, drone, and all that stuff. I was like, well, what's your budget? Oh, my budget's $50. I said, I don't even take my camera out my bag for that.
Yeah.
Well, I have photographers that want me to do nude modeling and don't want to pay. And
Right. Right.
I'm
You
not.
That's what I'm saying.
You gonna pay for them biddies?
It's back and forth. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on. It's like you see the work that's being put in. The thing that incenses me the most is when I have done the work. I've done the photography. I've edited the photos. I've done the light correction. I've done the skin, the skin softening and all that stuff, and then hand it over to a client. And then the first thing they're gonna do is throw an Instagram filter on it and then tag me on it. That's not what I gave you.
Exactly.
I have to put.
No, artists feel the same way. Don't put no filters on my shit.
I literally have to put that in the releases now.
Go ahead, Blue.
I did a shoot at
once they pay for it, it's all good.
about a month ago, and the models hit me up. They wanted some of their pictures back, and there was this one young lady I did really gorgeous picture. Nice depth of field. The dress was beautiful. I handed it to her. She goes to throw some brown muddy crap on it, and I had to ma'am, did you see the release I sent you? You cannot change what I gave you and then tag you on it. That is not representative of my work.
Right.
Take it down.
Okay.
So then you just you're just pushing her to find AI art where she could do whatever she wants with it for $3.99.
But I have a question for whenever y'all get the chance.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I'm just saying, she could get AI art and put mud on it, filters, rose-colored glasses, whatever she wants, and she don't have to deal with somebody telling her not what to do with it.
Well, the art is making people.
Hold on.
It's convenient. If I'm telling you I want to do something,
he has a contract. He has a contract.
AI art, and I'm going to do whatever I want with it.
He has a contract.
When I send my photos out to my clients, they signed a contract.
Right.
In my contract,
that's an agreement.
Letters. Do not change any aspect of the work that has been given to you that I sent.
Right. But to that point, Harry, what she's saying is, okay, now I won't change those pictures, but I'm not going to use you again. I'm just going to go to the.
That's fine. And guess what? But guess what? That's fine. If you
that's why he has his clientele.
Thank you. That's it. If you
but I think a lot of people don't think about convenience.
Because I've already
plays
told
a big
you.
part in things. Convenience.
You've already been told up front. This is the expectation of your shoot. The expectation of your shoot. You hired me because you like my style. You like what I photograph and stuff. So if you hired me, you paid me. You signed my contract.
You made Harry get the fuck up. He said, "Oh, I got to walk around this shit." Oh,
you've done all of that to hire me. Why are you going to go and change what I did?
Because people live in a culture society.
Now, mind you, hold on. Before we get too off topic, I know Blue only has a question, but before we get to her question, because we got a few more minutes before we get ready to get out of here, I want to ask all the artists as a whole, due to AI app, respectively, not being as good as you talented melanated folks, I love everything that y'all do. Dead ass. This is not Kurt shitting on your creativity. More efficient just because it takes less time. Cheaper because it's computer generated. Are you going to now, to keep competitive in a market where AI is becoming prevalent, lowering your prices? I heard no.
I mean, like,
hell no.
I'm gonna say one thing.
Lower my prices.
Brandon said, "Shit, nigga, I'm trying to get my money up."
I'm not lowering my prices.
My time, it ain't no worth. You gotta pay for my time. It's not even about passion at that point.
It is.
You gonna pay for these art supplies? This prep ain't cheap.
I gotta make a living.
And you gotta understand that they not.
My price is already not that high.
Y'all gotta understand that they not gonna pay for it.
Then why
artists have their clientele. They have their clientele. I have an artist that I always go to, and he makes amazing art for me. But I'm talking as a ignorant consumer. They don't care about how much you paying for art supplies, with the work you put into it, the soul that I keep seeing in this live.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
They're not gonna pay for it.
I'm gonna let the artist answer. But to that point, Boomer, you can't use like how they have their extreme. You can't go to the other. There are consumers who want a Brandon Devon original. They want They want a Blue Oni. They want Mr. Petty specifically. They want their.
I just said that they have their clientele. I never said they didn't have no clientele.
You are exactly right, Boma. that yes, there are a bunch, tons of ignorant consumers, and that is fine. You know, my prices, I don't plan on bringing my prices down for them. No, because I plan on making my stuff better so I can find that clientele who wants to invest in me. So that's fine. It can be
I like
tons
that.
of ignorant people. There can be tons. But what matters is the people who care about you as a creator.
Right.
To kind of
I'm
tag
not-
on,
Invest in
kind of tag on to that.
invest in the art that you want to see. I like
I'm
that.
not worried because I see art as just like any other job. You don't just walk into a job and fill out an application. You have no idea how art works because you think it's gonna be cool for a while. We can just generate art and just sell it out, but you ain't gonna want the smoke when people want something exact or precise or want some edits
Exactly.
or
And they want to see the work.
Yeah, they want to see the work, or they want to see like, oh yeah, well, if you did this and such, like this minute change, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're not actually an artist, you didn't put any work to get there. And I feel like you're gonna have to
They're
deal
gonna
with a
want
lot of
something
that.
different, and you can't do nothing about it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
well,
mean, you're at the
actually, what I
mercy
can do is
of-
commission you to do it for me and then do it cheaper. I'm just no. I'm just thinking because if let's say I took on a commission, because I ain't gonna front. Thank God I'm not gonna say what apps I use, but I put graphic designers out of business just because I could do some shit on an app in 5 minutes, like make a flyer or something to that effect quickly. But you're gonna pay me because you don't know. You don't know no better, right? It took me 5 minutes, but you don't know it took me 5 minutes. And if I can't do it, I'll commission another graphic artist who's better than me, and I'll just charge underneath my contract price so that I still make a profit, but the person gets what they want. I'm just telling you how business is ran. And I'm not saying y'all don't know, but now the question becomes, if I came to you and I said, look, I got this computer generated picture, but my client wants this done specifically, would you take on that job to fix it for me?
I ain't gonna do it for cheap.
I'm gonna say it again.
Okay.
Good answer. I'm gonna say it again. Like I said, I've had people
I love this
that have shown me concept photographs and they wanted it done like that. And I tell them up front, I said I can do it in my own way if I choose to. I could put my spin on it. Can I get it exactly like that? Depending on what it is, can I get it exactly like that? Maybe, maybe not. I would prefer to do it my own way because I felt like I did the work to give you that spin on it. Because as a photographer, y'all know what my biggest competition is. This thing.
Cell phone, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But guess what? They haven't made a cell phone yet that can set up lights, that got like the lenses. Oh yeah, you can slap lenses on there.
That's because them lenses is $87 million.
Right. But guess what? You know the biggest thing that this thing doesn't have over this thing, which actually this thing needs something. This thing.
His eye.
That thing.
You're right. You'll never replace an artist's eye. And to Bulma's point, she's talking about, just the people who want something cheap and easy.
I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that because the thing of it is, I look at it like this.
I hope I'm not like an enemy. I do love artists. Let me just put that out.
She's like, I'm not trying to lose.
I have to do a disclaimer because I hope you guys don't know. I would actually love to follow all of you because
the thing.
I don't have
fuck that. I blocked you already.
People,
I know.
Period.
It happens.
Love free.
It happens all the time with me. Go ahead, Eric.
People love free, and guess what? That's fine. But myself, and I know a lot of you on here, there are very few things I'm going to do free or I'm going to cheapen myself for.
Facts.
And matter of fact, I can almost answer for everybody. The reason why we ain't dropping my prices is because we know the worth of our work. We know what our work is valued for. I had to take a lot of time this year to really start fleshing out what I do, how I do, and how much I charge. Because guess what? For me, it eliminates a lot of the bullshit that I get from people. Oh, well, you charge so much. Well, can you do this? Can you do? Because the thing of it is, for me, when I tell people what I charge,
time is money.
Becomes a thing. Boom, time is money. My energy is money. My using my machines is money. Because the thing of it is, you got people that they see the price, but well, can I get this? Can I get it? No, I specified for you what you're going to get. You can't get extra unless you're going to pay extra. I will, and again, it depends on the clientele. Now, if it's somebody that keeps coming back, and they're feeding me business, sure, we can talk.
Right, but that's something different, yeah.
Right, but if you that one off and you already coming at me trying to look, because this is why I tell people, like, if I don't know you, you can't come off me on the break. Can I get the family discount? You ain't even family. I don't even know you.
What you talking about? 3 degrees separation. We all cousins? No, I'm just
no, I don't do that. I don't do that because you got people out here that are running champagne dreams with Coke 45 money.
and with that, I think that's the best way to surmise it. You can't have champagne dreams with Coke 45 money, but you can buy Coke 45 with Coke 45 money. So before we sign off officially, I just want to give everybody an opportunity to say their final words and tell people where they can follow and support you before we get up out of here. I'm gonna go first down to our model. Oh wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Who was like, well, it still works, baby. I don't care. But I'm gonna go first to our model. Siren, what's your final word on AI art, and where can people follow and support you?
Well, first of all, let me say much respect to Black Boma because she was swinging with these artists.
Yeah,
she had to hold her own. Much respect to her. I'm gonna go follow her. But like Curtis said, I am one of.
Whoa! Don't use my government in this motherfucker. It's King Kurt when we on the show. What's wrong with
you? Bald-headed demon. Like I was saying, I am one of the assistant con-chairs for HNIC Con. So y'all better. I want to see all of you there. Get your tickets, okay? I also have a show. It's Unicorn Strain No Chaser. We are about to start our next season on the HNIC network. We talk about the psychology of sex. We talk about mental health and all things for the culture. So you can follow me on IG at Siren by Night, TikTok at Siren by Night, Facebook at Siren by Night. Okay. Curtis, take me off of this big screen.
No. You gotta tell me. You did all the promo and none of what I asked you to do. That sounds.
My final thoughts
on AI
are that if you use it as a tool, that is a wonderful thing. I just have a great respect for people that naturally create things. They use their imagination and creativity, and anytime I see a Black person doing that, I want to support them. If it's $500, I'm going to pay the $500 because that's what it's worth. Pay people what they're worth.
Okay. And it's okay if I find something cheaper.
If you want to do that,
if I can't afford to pay people what they're worth.
You get what you pay for, exactly.
Okay. All right.
It is what it is.
Harry, talk to me because I got you in there. I'm glad you made time to come up on here, brother.
Thank you, bro. Okay. I'm starting reverse too. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook under 2 headings. If you want to follow the cosplay, the name is below, Bishop Cosplay. Instagram and Facebook. If you want to follow my photography, Eyes of H Photography. Again, both on Facebook and Instagram. I try to put stuff out there. I may not because I shoot as I feel, and that's how it should be. As far as AI concerned, honestly, like I said, and I'm still on it, I don't necessarily feel like it's an art. It is a good tool if you want to inspire yourself to do some other things when you're running into a rut and you just need an idea to do stuff. But it's not something that should be monetized. It's not something that someone who has not a lick of art skill, who has never picked up a pen, paper, pad, tablet, camera, whatever. If you've never done those things and all of a sudden you're just getting a machine to burp out something, it's not your art at all. Stop it. Stop selling fake Greek shit for $150. Stop sticking letters on stuff. Stop trying to hit people up for LENSA. And also, for those of y'all that got LENSA last week, hurry up and take that shit off before you get hit with that $35 bill.
Yo, I definitely took off my shit.
Yeah.
Listen,
Look,
all that hot
24
shit me and Borman talk about, we deleted that shit right off.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got that right off my phone.
Period.
Mr. Petty, talk to him.
It's your boy, Mr. Petty. If you want to follow me specifically as I turn trauma into comedy, that's hashtag Camism, TikTok, and Instagram, all that good stuff. But you can always find me on Blurs and Whiskey every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern. We go live. The show pretty much tells you what do we do with Black nerds and we drink whiskey. Drinking beer right now, so it's a difference. As far as AI art, I ain't got no beef with consumers because I'm also a consumer myself. You want to go for cheap, go for cheap. It's your money. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. But I will say this: you get what you pay for. So don't come for me trying to fix your AI art with the crooked eyes and the messed up hands and your bad colors and your flat lines and all the other stuff. That's all on you. I'm gonna upcharge you just because you did that. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yo, do you notice in the AI art it always hides the hands because it know it be fucking up? Like
at least I can draw some hands.
Or it gives you an extra hand.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Why am I throwing up blood? You know, like
real quick, before we go to Rush, look, my homie, he told me to
Yo, the sausage links.
Yo, he told me to Photoshop.
Yeah, the sausage fingers.
Yo, his
like
fingers
Mike Tyson. This is my gun sword.
I was like, I can't.
Boy, like
his hands is backwards.
Inbred brother.
Yo, Brandon, I was like, bro, I can't
hands are
fix this.
backwards.
I said, I'm good, but I'm not that good. God,
look at this.
You're like Edward Dildo hands.
Crap that Jonas.
Boy, that's fucking Kratos' fucking inbred brother.
Right.
Brados.
Barbados.
Barbados. Y'all see, this is why I love black people. Rush, talk to him.
All right, my name is Rushix. If you want to find me, it's Armani Rush on Facebook. I got to work on my branding, but the easiest way to find me right now is Facebook. Armani is in a suit, Rush is in fast.
If you try to work with your branding, come holler at me after this. I got you, bro.
I got you. All right, well, my stance is I still don't respect AI artists. I think that they're a bunch of lazy, soulless profiteers with
low down, dirty.
soul.
Tell us how
Until you do right by me.
And they want a participation trophy without actually putting in any work. I would just always say that.
That's until you do right by me.
No, that's the quotable participation trophy art.
No, that's the certificate. That paper certificate.
Damn.
I know. I need to be that mean. It's just I like to roast people who ain't on H. But anyway, not you. Boomer. No, I'm just in general.
I've heard words. Listen, I'm not offended by anything. I'm just listening. I promise.
Thank you. But I don't like them.
All right, beautiful. Listen, he got me with the participation trophy. Oh my God.
Oh Lord, it's on me. I'm over here trying to follow everybody. Sorry.
Come on, Oni, talk to us.
If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Blue Oni Mask. It's a little slow right now. I've been super busy working on cosplay, like this God of War cosplay. So bear with me. If you want to find me on my cosplay Instagram, it's Weeaboo Trap Queen. Don't ask about the name. Facebook, it's just literally my name, but it's just a whole bunch of like shit posting. I don't have the Tiki of the Talkies, but I do have a Twitter. And you can also find me on Tumblr at Mighty Morphin Power Reiner. Reiner as in the character from Attack on Titan. I do have a Hive, but I like used it 2 times and I was like, I don't like it.
Sorry, Hive is trying to become a thing, but
yeah, I'm on Facebook too much. I'm too old for all these new social medias. How I feel about AR, it could have been such a great thing, but the moment people start selling it and start claiming it as their own, and then you tell me as someone who's been drawn all their life. You people.
What you people?
Someone who spent money on a degree and
man. AI Institute, man. Shit.
Someone who's been drawn on her life and had spent money and has a degree in it. The moment you try to tell me to get over it and like I should lower my prices and that you could do better, go to hell. I'm gonna curse you and your ancestors.
Yeah.
That's why I love my sisters. My sister's crazy. She said, "Go to hell."
Yeah, I'm sitting in front of a Cintiq right now, and I'm damned if I don't get my investment back from that shit.
I've had people tell me. I've had a screenshot of somebody telling them you can't do this anyway, and I was like, "Sir, have you seen your art? You can't even draw my hands either." I digress.
Wait a minute, is it this one? No,
that's it.
Hey, I wrote that dude the other day. He couldn't say shit to me. He was like, "You don't even do art." Oh, you don't think I do art? And I post my art. He shut right the hell up. Like, yeah.
Listen, y'all. There are people, and on both sides of the fence. Y'all got to ease up on this social media. Y'all need to stop coming at these artists because they have a true reason to be vocal about this. Also, like Bulma said, there are ignorant consumers. It just is what it is, and this is one of the reasons
once
why
I've educated you and you choose to be dumb, stupid, and loud all at once, I've done all I can do.
At once, dumb, stupid, and loud.
It's
Talk
okay to
to
be
him,
loud.
man.
It's okay to be wrong.
All right. Yep. Name's Who Man. Again, you can find me anything with an account. I'm Who Man Studios. It's all one word. Who Man Studios, all one word on everything. But I'm mostly on Instagram. Now, my final thoughts of AI. Again, the SoundCloud rappers are about to have a ball. The scammers are about to have
Yeah.
a blast.
Yo, I'm about to buy so much
You know?
commission art. Just yo, there's so many quotables just from this show.
They're gonna have their fun, and it's gonna be all right. But it's going to be up to us as a community to sort through all of that bullshit and find the people who are really going to put the talent, the creativity in, and make that worth something. It's up to us. You know, like there's gonna be millions of ignorant people, and that's fine. But it's really up to the community itself to drive everything that matters up. And that's my final thoughts on it.
I love
Amen.
it.
Period.
All right, now if now Brandon, if you start talking about We Are the World now, goddamn it, look, you done already got us with the kids. I cried a little bit off camera because I wasn't thinking about the kids. Now you done brought the kids up. Now talk to them.
Forget about the kids.
He said
I
empty cat.
F them kids, Aaron Yeager, period.
Not Aaron. You. Oh, child, you are terrible. All right, Brandon, talk to them. Tell them how they can support you and give us your final thought.
You can find me on Instagram at AvantB22 and Facebook be my name, Brandon M. Avant. And I just got on TikTok, but I can't remember what it is. But
Same way.
I just put it in the message, you know. Hey, but my final thoughts on the AI thing is AI is trash. It's trash.
Straight trash.
You know,
Yeah.
It's getting there to the point like it's getting to like a higher level, but it's still trash. It's not gonna get no closer to what like a real artist really is. So that's all.
He said at the end of the day, we can draw hands.
Yeah, that's it. That Brandon said I can draw some
hands.
hands.
I can draw hands.
You draw hands better than that.
Yeah, not with somebody said it looked like a dick with toenails on it. I love how y'all describe things in the comments, y'all. Y'all are the trashiest following ever, and that's why I love y'all. That's why y'all our folks. Black Boomer, you unleashed the clip. Yeah, you shouldn't have nothing left. I'm just saying.
Black Mama say you ain't ready.
Man, I'm sorry if your compatriots who couldn't have made it to this chat.
So now that you collected the bodies, could you tell us where we can follow and support you, and what's your final thoughts of this AI?
If you guys don't know, I am a Dragon Ball influencer and content creator. If you love all things that involve the world of Akira Toriyama, I'm your girl. My name is Black Boom. I'm on all social media platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all types of stuff. I'm also everywhere. So, and I'm more prominent on Twitter and Facebook. I'm very controversial. So,
yeah, TikTok would have had you all.
Yeah.
She called PTSD that she was like, yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm sorry. I don't know how you do it.
TikTok is.
Listen, the artists are very kind. Them DBZ fanboys, woo.
That's what I'm saying. This is nothing to me. Y'all don't understand what I go through.
Superman,
to be honest, that's why I said my favorite character is Goku, because I could take the punches. People just can't take them themselves. So
when you hit back,
I hit back. Period. But let me give my thoughts on AI because I don't want to run the program too long. I respect all artists, their hard work, the time they put into it, the soul, the hands that they can draw. Absolutely, I love it. But I need y'all to understand that convenience is the future.
Right,
this is the reason why online business is booming while in-person stores are selling and being stolen into. I think artists need to understand that when it comes to consumers, that's why I use that word ignorant, because they don't really care. Their money don't see color, they don't see hard work. It's just, if I can get something for $3.99 opposed to $400, I'm going to do it. I don't see anything wrong with AI. It's the same thing with being wrong with something being wrong with Amazon. It's the future. Convenience is the future. I think that if an artist has a problem with AI, you have to have a problem with everything else that's convenient. But I do agree that people should not be, if someone has an art that's similar to another artist, they should not be taking that because that is literally copyright. But again, I have no problem with AI. I probably will still continue to use it in the future and support artists who also make original content. And I do respect every artist on this panel. Again, just really quick, I also am looking for a personal Dragon Ball artist. I've been looking for forever to help me with my content. So again, I'm just going to use your platform for a little bit of promo. If anybody is exclusively a digital artist and can make proper Dragon Ball characters that look like Goku, I am willing to
with the
pay.
fingers right.
Yeah, with the fingers right. Please hit me up because it's more digital than hand sketch. I would definitely appreciate it. And King Kurt, thanks for letting me be on your platform. It means a lot.
You already know what it is. Look, I love it. So for those that don't know, HNIC, our actual motto is the proliferation and promotion of dope Black creatives. That is our mission statement. We built the platform solely because we had our own show, and our platform grew to over 400,000. And we said, well, shit, we're not going to keep this to ourselves. Let's put our people on. So this is not only an opportunity to have a conversation about things that affect the culture, but for you to get to know who Rush is, who Blue Oni Mask is, who's Who Man, who's Brandon and Harry and Mr. Petty and Siren, and of course, Black Boomer. The platform is to elevate and promote y'all. Now, with that being said, my final thought on AI. I'm a businessman. I'm in the business of doing business. But not all money is good money, whether you're making it or spending it. Remember, at the end of the day, we will not have a culture to tap into if we keep automating it. We see what appropriation looks like. We get so incensed when we see the cauliflower Confederates take hip hop, repurpose it, and then regurgitate it and spit it back out for marketing purposes.
The Goku picture, great example. Not even a Black dude who did it.
So now when it's a machine doing it, we can't say, oh, well, it's cheap. Yes, Kurt loves cheap. I love good and cheap. But at the end of the day, the same way I would not give somebody not of my culture appropriating my culture my money, we need to think long and hard before you spend that dollar. Because at the end of the day, the machine needs the human, not the inverse. If they don't have styles to copy off of, you will not get the product that you want at the end of the day. And if these artists are now stock boys at Lowe's and accountants and doing everything but their craft, and that's the thing, if you can't support yourself through your art, you're going to find another way to make money. You'll still create, but it will not. We will be robbing us of greatness. And that's one of the things we want to see. We want to see greatness. I want to see all my creatives thrive. So if I got to spend extra, I will. Also, I will be spending money on some of these cheap ass apps because I got to, man. Just my budget tight, but I'm still going to do both. And it's okay to do both. And be smart, my creatives. Don't let them steal from you. Learn about licensing. Learn about how to actually trademark your IP, how to loan it out and get paid back, and fight for laws that will protect your property as well as
read your
style.
contracts.
You gotta learn how to automate your own shit.
Yeah, because let me tell y'all something right now. Right now is the perfect time. Even though it looks scary, this is new frontier. You start copywriting and start licensing out your style and using the app to your benefit. Now we start finding that happy middle ground. That's King Kurt Live's opinion on it. All I'm going to say is get money, Black folk, any way that you can without hurting other Black folk.
Black folk.
W.
So look, y'all already know what it is. State of the culture. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for our panelists who took time out to have this conversation. For everybody, I don't want to see no more arguing on Facebook. You got your opinions. Hold them shits to yourself, but talk to the people.
I can't go back
I'm roasting
to Facebook
everybody
I ain't gonna
who's
make
trying to
that
sell
promise.
AI artwork. I am roasting everybody on site.
He said it's too late. It's already. If you read
Too
this,
late.
it's already too late.
The roast hand is
I'm in a
over.
good mood to see a certain somebody blocked me earlier this year, so I'll say in the group chat.
look, y'all. Start supporting real creators. And if you out there arguing in these Facebook streets and you ain't never bought no art, I need you to shut the fuck up.
That right there, perfect.
Just shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
And even
on,
then,
man.
even just a share, I just want to say, even just a share, you only have to buy. Even just a share, it's free. It takes like 2 seconds. Even that helps.
Or at least steal the AI program. Don't pay the dudes who copying our shit. I say if you don't use it, like steal the software to steal the AI. Like don't pay them.
Exactly. Power man, come on now.
Steal from the thieves. That's all I'm saying.
It is an open source.
Yeah.
Colonize the colonizer.
Look, Harry got a whole dope ass video on how to use it. I just need y'all to be smart. Tap into these artists. Follow each and every. I swear to God, y'all follow each and every one of them. When I tell you I follow all of these people, and when I say I love their art, it's not. There's a reason that they're on the show. So this is State of the Culture, powered by Head Nerds in Charge and the Head Nerds in Charge Network. Y'all already know what it is. Wednesdays, 8:30 to 11:30, every single Wednesday night. And occasionally we do shit like this so that we can resolve the problems in our culture. We will see you next time shit pops off on the internet. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
What do you do when things in the culture need to be addressed? Where do you go to address these things? We are Black culture. We are nerd